5. I've gone unders there, but then I've included after that the 7 and the 8. But 2, 3 and 4 my top 3 numbers. You will say Greyhound, who's only had the one run here on this track. I think Matt Roberts can get an early win with this dog. He did line up in a heat of the railway going back 3 starts. So he's down to Class 3 now. You'll say, I thought his 4th behind Corborn Midget and his only run here was actually quite useful a fortnight ago. He's had one miss since at Manawa 2, but just based on his first run here, quite like Zipping Tay at each way value 6 and 3 or 6 and 2 if you're going the book. Dog 3, Zipping Tay, well, thereabouts for her of late with Trent Agent these days, and Zipping Tay, similar field's been running along similar fashion, 4th off box number 3, and wouldn't be a stretch to see her in the finish here. Dog 4, Homebush Olive, is the one that's on the rise. She's young and she's had fewer chances than the others, and she's on her way up. Got a Class 2 win 3 starts back, and she's certainly been far from disgraced in Class 3 so far. Ran 3rd off box 6, although beaten a margin by Scott No Mates in a handy time here last Friday. Homebush Olive, tricky draw, sure, but as I say, she's on the way up. Dog 7, Big Time Dasher. We're a bit surprised that he hasn't taken to the sprinting quite as well as he might have, but this is a chance to get him into that. Homebush Crash, I just don't think he's himself really. Homebush Crash, and he's drawn the outside. He has run 17.36 round here. That was a long time ago in terms of starts anyway. To the traps for the Rock 95.2 FM, Vicky's Quest, Zipping Tay, Death Star and Big Time Dasher. Second line, Your Say, Homebush Olive, Just You Wait, Homebush Crash. Who comes up favourite? Homebush Olive 420. From the squeeze alley, or one of them, here comes the money. Set to break. And racing, Homebush Olive came out well, and Vicky's Quest has jumped tonight, and Big Time Dasher goes forward. Then Your Say settles midfield. They'll be followed through by Death Star and Just You Wait. And well back with them, we've got Zipping Tay and Homebush Crashes last. Up to the corner they come. In front here is Vicky's Quest, driving hard the outside. Big Time Dasher got up to beat Vicky's Quest. And then the inside we had Homebush Olive probably just 3rd with Your Say 4th. You could throw a blanket over a lot of them. Then we had Zipping Tay and Death Star and Just You Wait and Homebush Crash. We've had some good photos here tonight, good finishes I should say. 7's going to get this. Big Time Dasher over the top of Vicky's Quest. She tried hard, she hasn't won in a while, would be nice. Homebush Olive's run a nice race, the favourite, and Your Say's finished 4th, and that's on the board now. 7, 1, 4 and 2, and a 17.77 with a run home of 10.79. Lead up will be 6.98. My maths is improving, and margins to come up shortly. Vicky's Quest in front. I looked inside, outside, what to call. Thought Big Time Dasher would probably put in the telling bounds given his middle distance record. He got up over the top of Vicky's Quest. Homebush Olive the inside, not disgraced, and Your Say's finished 4th again. Ahead, half a length the margins. And that head-on shot, they spring out towards the first bend with good speed from Vicky's Quest tonight and Homebush Olive, and the winning run going forward, Big Time Dasher. Mark our race number 6, Powder Mountain Scientific Nutrition Class 3 over 305 metres minus the reserves. First leg of Triple Trio. We're underway at 6.26.
Thank you, Mark. And that Triple Trio, $10,000 in that guaranteed pool. So looking forward to that getting underway, and that is at 6.26. A very good evening to you once again. Great to be with you on a massive premiere night at Addington Raceway. We'll have support programs from both the Whanganui Greyhounds and also the Auckland Harness at Alexandra Park. It is a Group 1 night at Moonee Valley with the William Reid, a race which of course was made famous by Black Caviar a few years back. The William Reid will be the final meeting of the Moonee Valley night racing season. We'll have coverage of that tonight here on Trackside 1. Alexandra Park and Green Lane in Auckland, but a rain about at this stage, mainly fine with a few showers, and one of those showers going across now. Track is fast, down to 16 overnight tonight, meeting code of 5 for your punting on Alexandra Park. Final field, option 50, and then the race number 150, then the race number for final field place. 4 Majestic 1 and 10, the Keystone Kid, come out of race 1, 4 and 10 from the opener. Race 2, take out 7, She Don't Love Me. Race 3, the scratching is 8, Pyramid Monarch. Race number 4 tonight, scratch 3 Eclipse Me out of the Sire Stakes Phillies Heat worth $25,000. Race 5, scratch 1 Revenue Maker. Snooky is a late defection out of the Group 3 Huapai Tavern. They're the feature, the Cumu Stakes. Race 7, 7 minutes after 9, scratch 3 Atomic Blonde. Race 8, scratch 8 2.5 Tigers. And all clear out of the last race 9 at 7 minutes after 10. That's our final event. So a 9-race card tonight. A couple of small fields on the program. First event on the card is the Dawson Harford and Partners Trot over the 2,200 metres. Maiden Trot to kick off the program, and of course the Streamline Freight Drivers Challenge is available tonight at the park. Option 510 with Zach Butcher at $2.30, Tony Hurley at $4.20, Mangoes at $4.80. Similar price for Morris McKendry. 3 minutes out from a start. At this point, we can head to Addington Raceway, and Craig Thompson is standing by. He's going to help us out with the action tonight at the park. Craig, the Almighty Johnson, favourite in the first.
Yeah, very good evening to you, Mark. I hope your Friday night's been a good one. I can tell you, looking forward to the Cumu Stakes here at Alexandra Park tonight for the 4 and 5-year-olds over the 2,700 metres. Of course, you've got Ideal Bell back on track after resuming a fortnight ago, and very impressive. I think she's the bet of the night, Mark. At the $2.40 quote, when the bookmakers opened yesterday, I thought that was a great bet. Now with the scratching of Snooky, the late scratching of Snooky, I reckon that'll shorten up. She's into 2.10 at the moment. I think she'll keep shortening. I think she's the bet of the night there at the park tonight. Ideal Bell in the Cumu Stakes. I think she is the one to beat. Very, very smart mare. Got a head-to-head here on the Almighty Johnson versus Sir Henry Castleton, 160 versus 220. How do we play on the first? I'm going down the bottom of the book to 12. Glory Stride, trained by Tony Hurley. Beautifully bred, this one by Sundown out of Sound of Chiola. Trialled up very well a fortnight ago and replicated that trial form into race day form at Alexandra Park last week when running third to Paramount Dream. She's a nice mare. I think she's getting better and better, and she's backable at $6 in race number 1. Horse number 12, Glory Stride, on top for me. The dangers, the Almighty Johnson ran second in that same race. Wouldn't get a better red trotter going round at Alexandra Park tonight by Majestic Sun out of Inda Bank. Of course, Majestic Sun just quinelled the last race here at Addington with Bell Sun and Majestic Time. This one, a 3-year-old trained by Tony Hurley. Morris McKendry takes the drive. So for me, I think Tony can run the quinella. Glory Stride, the Almighty Johnson. Outside the top 2, Sir Henry Castleton's been knocking on the door. Nice run last week behind Alta Venetia when running second. That was on the Tuesday meeting. Only went down a nose. Trotting a lot more solid of late. This one, of course, good enough to run in the jewels as a 2-year-old. 8, Sir Henry Castleton. The best roughie here, and it is at big money. And it's number 5, First Vintage. The reason I'm tipping it out to it, went to the workouts at Auckland last week, was going to win the trial. Had them shot to bits at about the 100-metre mark and galloped. This one trained by Ted Edwards. Brett Edwards takes the drive tonight. If you're playing into the first 4s, horse number 5, First Vintage, hasn't raced for almost a year. Can get some of it tonight in race number 1. Mark them 12, 7, 8 and 5. The enigma in the field, 11, Scary McCleary. Back at the workouts last Saturday, lined him up against the paces, did everything right. Tonight, will he do it off the stand? Head upstairs and join Aaron White 30 seconds out from the first tonight, the Dawson Harford and Partners Trot. Aaron, a very good evening to you. I hope you've travelled back from Palmerston North safely. Looking forward to race number 1 tonight, and you're with number 8, Sir Henry Castleton.
Yeah, evening to you, Craig. Evening, everybody. Yeah, a wee bit of delay back from Palmy this morning with the fog coming into Auckland, but we're here safe and sound. The weather's just closed in a wee bit here too at Alexandra Park, just getting some skiffy showers going across the park. Just looking across at the Waitakere Ranges, it's just starting to lift off there, so maybe this will be the showers that we get for the night. 8, 7, 6 and 2 for me here in the first. Sir Henry Castleton certainly does deserve a victory after good runner-up prizes in his last couple. Phil Butcher for Warren Taylor, 7. The Almighty Johnson was strong when runner-up and behind Paramount Dream when last produced Morris McKendry. The 6, The Sky Rocks, is back on a new campaign, the Sky Valley Gelding. Mixed manners in subsequent form through his last campaign. Simon Lawson to do the driving, and 2, Little Miss Zigzag did qualify well enough. I thought Mark Burley, the trainer driver there, some sort of a chance in the opener. 8, 7, 6 and 2. Just note all of the John and Joshua Dickey team tonight with black armbands on as a So the runners for the first, the Dawson Harford and Partners trot. Stand up to start a Frank Phelan. The barrier strand releases and they're off. And away, wee bit slow, Little Miss Zigzag. Coming out strongly was Gotta Go Twinkle. Off stride is Sir Henry Castle. And again, Scary McCleary's blowing the start. Now the Almighty Johnson's up onto the lead quickly as they work to the stables corner. Wings on Fire back on the inside. Then First Vintage coming forward. They're followed by the Crown Jewels as Glory Stride gallops into the first corner. The Sky Rock safely on the journey, then Little Miss Zigzag, and then the ones that have made mistakes. Glory Stride detached by 10. There's a further 70 metres back to Sir Henry Castle, and he's no chance. And Scary McCleary, well, he still can't get his head around the square gating game as they trot down the back. The Almighty Johnson a length and a half over Wings on Fire. First Vintage coming forward on the outside for Brett Edwards as they trot down to the lead time, and that cut out in 52.6. They're followed by This Sky Rock's Got to Go Twinkle, 3 lengths the Crown Jewels as they work off the back and work to the showgrounds turn their first occasion, and Little Miss Zigzag and 5 or 6 lengths away Glory Stride still in the hunt. 1400 metres left to go. The Almighty Johnson wanted to hold the lead for the Magic Man Morris McKendry, does so. First Vintage though has dropped down to get the trail behind the leader. They're followed by Wings on Fire. This Sky Rock's now obliged to sit park, then Got to Go Twinkle 4 back on the inside. The Crown Jewels debutante is in the 1-1. The other debutant Little Miss Zigzag on its back for Mark Burley, and Glory Stride the last of the winning chances. 31-7 was the opening quarter. Dawson Harford and Partners trot, and the Almighty Johnson to take them into their final circuit. Over First Vintage in the trail, the Sky Rocks inching close to the outside, Simon Lawson Park. It's around Wings on Fire and Rod Balker 3 back on the inside. Then came the Crown Jewels and Nicky Chilcott in the 1-1. Good to have Nicky back in the sulky 2. 800 left to go. 33 was that second quarter. Back in the field to Gotta Go Twinkle. They're followed by Little Miss Zigzag and 2.5 Glory Stride. Through the back goes the Almighty Johnson. A length the Sky Rocks. First Vintage trailing. In the 1-1 as they trot down to the 550 is the Crown Jewels back on the inside, then to Wings on Fire. They're followed Little Miss Zigzag. Back in the field, Gotta Go Twinkle, and also Glory Stride, the last of the winning chances. 400 to go as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. 30-1 was that third quarter. The Almighty Johnson under a nice rain here too by the Magic Man, and travels beautifully to the corner over First Vintage. The Sky Rocks, the Crown Jewels, Little Miss Zigzag getting to the outside. It's the Almighty Johnson by 2. The Sky Rocks, the Crown Jewels, and Little Miss Zigzag working home nicely. In front is the Almighty Johnson. Here comes Little Miss Zigzag coming strongly. Little Miss Zigzag, she'll get up. No, you're very tight on the line. The Almighty Johnson, he's galloped just past the line, the Almighty Johnson, and Little Miss Zigzag. Well, she might have got up by a zigzag paper. Who knows? We'll wait for the judge. He'll make the decision to who's won the first. They were followed then by the Crown Jewels. The other debutante's gone a beauty. Then came Wings on Fire back in the field. Then was Gotta Go Twinkle, the Sky Rocks, and Glory Stride. First Vintage was the next. The mistake makers were Sir Henry Castle and Scary McCleary, and they finish up now. 257.6 home and 30.1. The Almighty Johnson with Little Miss Zigzag coming strongly on the outside. Let's have a look as they drive for the prize here. Thought Little Miss Zigzag was going to go straight by, and then she put in a little pop of a step at about the 10-metre mark. I think she might have just got there by a zigzag paper. In fact, from on the inside, the Almighty Johnson, and the Crown Jewels in there for a third.
Official placings, race 1, the Dawson Hartford and Partners trot. 279361. 279361. Horse 2, a Little Miss Zigzag, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in 257.67. A mile rate of 29.9. Last 860.2 and the 430. The margins are nose, 1.5 lengths, 2 1/4 lengths. 279361, race 1, the Dawson Hartford and Partners trot.
First call of the night from Judge Graham McLennan goes the way of Little Miss Zigzag. I Love You, brown 3-year-old filly out of Meander with Earl. Raced by breeders, Mrs. HMC, along with Mark Burley. Mark Burley, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe. And she's picked up the almighty Johnson nicely in the home straight here after being a wee bit tardy off the mark too. Little Miss Zigzag, she'll take plenty of benefit out of this debut victory back into the winner's circle. Paul Barry, a steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, down there in attendance. 7, the almighty Johnson, and for a second, the Majestic Sun 3-year-old Bay Gelding out of Inderbank, beaten right on the line. Raced by R.C. Johnson, Miss J.H. Cole, C.C. Johnson and Mrs. M.F. Johnson. Tony Hurley trained at Papakura, and the Magic Man Morris McHenry doing the driving. And 9, the Crown Jewels, Pegasus Spur, Landora's Image, brown 3-year-old gelding for third, raced by B.M. Lecter, along with Miss D.E. Chisholm, J. Turan, S.P. Clark, D.G. Lecter, G. Ferris, G.D. Burkett and P.H. Taylor. Nikki Chilcott trained at Cambridge, and good to have Nikki back in the sulky as well. She runs third with her first drive back for many, many months off. 2, Little Miss Zigzag at $19.50 and $4.30. $19.50 and $4.30. 7, the almighty Johnson at $1.70, $1.70 and 9. The Crown Jewels, $5.50, $5.50. Quinella, 28 even, $28. Trifecta, $864.40, $864.40. First 4, $3,507.30. $3,507.30, $3,402 jackpot through to race 2 in the first 4.
Lamb tonight is none other than Maylie Matthews. Now, she's a very important person when it comes to you and I. Looks after us very well. She takes care of all the rosters and helps out with travel, etc. So great to have her on track. And she said, I'm not really sure what I'm up for in this race. I don't know what they mean by sitting in the mobile. I said, this is something you will never have done before.
Absolutely, and she'll never forget. It's a great experience. The speed they go, the drivers in front of her, and all the action. She will remember this night forever.
She absolutely will. Let's get up to Mark McNamara, and Maylie in the hot seat for this one, isn't she?
I'd say she is the best person in the entire racing board.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. She takes care of business, doesn't she?
She does indeed. Nice to see her down for the night too, visiting family, and on to the trots for the night too. And Willow comes up, favourite drawn the outside, Dynamic Party, Why My Better Art Is Me, Zach's Patrol, BD Windermere. She's got it, Avros Rustler and Marshall Star. Back row Rooster, Mr. Franklin, Boomgate and Happy Heidi. Got a car with its lights on. We'll tell you who you are after the race. Otherwise the whole of New Zealand will know who you are. Marshall Star is ready. Avros Rustler comes up. She's got it. Red cap, Matt Purvis. White cap, John Dunn with Boomgates. And Art Is Me also from the same barn, but in the Westview Racing colours, the reverse of the main jacket. Green light. Pete and Maylie speed away and they're racing, and BD Windermere off the 4-gate left fast. Marshall Star holding a forward spot. Willow's going to be wide getting into the first turn. Zach's Patrol, and she's got it booting up to keep her out there. Then Avros Rustler and 2 lengths to Mr. Franklin from Rooster. Next is Happy Heidi and Boomgate 3 wide. 2 lengths Arda's Me, and next to the inside is Why Am I Better? And Dynamic Party goes back to last. Leader is BD Windermere, 2 lengths on Zach's Patrol. Willow 3 wide, working by it, but still out there. Marshall Star follows the leader, and the lead time 22.5 is really solid. Mr. Franklin 3 wide left in the open when Willow arrived at the breeze. Boomgate follows up on the back of Mr. Franklin. Then came Avros Rustler. She's got it about midfield, the running line. Roostars on the pegs from Happy Heidi, Why Am I Better? Arda's Me and Dynamic Party is last. The leader is BD Windermere with John Hay in the first quarter, 29.9. So the speed and pressure has been on since the start. Mr. Franklin worked forward to second. Dexter saw the opportunity to drop into the trial when Marshall Star gave some ground at that turn and landed the leader's back. Boomgate left in the open. 1 out and 1 back is Willow now from Marshall Star, 5th on the inside. Zach's Patrol. On the pegs is Avros Rustler, and the neck away she's got it from Rooster. Happy Heidi. Arda's Me, Why Am I Better? And Dynamic Party. BD Windermere, 700 metres to go. Leads a length on Boomgate, and Mr. Franklin with that nifty piece of driving's in the trail now. Willow 4th and 1-1. Next to the inside, Marshall Star, and then came Zach's Patrol from Avros Rustler. Second quarter was 30.8, the half in 60.7. BD Windermere leads by a length on Boomgate. Mr. Franklin's all ready for the stun and Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Willow 4th, and that quartet got right away. Happy Heidi's making ground, but another 3 or 4 lengths further afield. The third quarter in 29. BD Windermere, a neck on Boomgate. Mr. Franklin back to the inside. Willow paddling at the moment. BD Windermere leads Boomgate. Mr. Franklin, Willow's wider out. It's Boomgate. Willow, she's taken a while to warm up, but she's coming now from Mr. Franklin, and Willow's going to win it. Willow half a neck on Boomgate and Mr. Franklin. Then Happy Heidi or BD Windermere. She's got it. And then Arda's Me, Rooster, Dynamic Party, Why Am I Better? Zach's Patrol. And the last 2 in Marshall Star and Avros Rustler. 9 Willow, Natalie Rasmussen, 140 into $1. Did not want to be on at the top of the lane. 12 Boomgate, 190 and 11 Mr. Franklin. Great drive at $3. Landed the 1-1 from the 9. She was wide for the early part of the race. She was paddling at the top of the straight, having trouble reaching them. Last quarter, 28.9. Last mile, 158.6. She's closed sufficiently over the top of Boomgate. Mr. Franklin was able to lob into the trail at the 1,000 metre mark. Passing lane to BD Windermere, who should just hang on for 4th, I'd say, in front of Happy Heidi. But Willow's got there. Margin not big, Greg. She's got home. There'll be no issue with the siren and her this week, but she took a long time to overhaul Boomgate, who's just loving life on the beach.
He really is. He was a very good run tonight, wasn't he, Boomgate? But as was Willow. She was burning early, Craig. She was really doing some petrol, and she could have dropped in the trail. Natalie elected to sit there, get the run behind Boomgate, and yes, Mark was right. She was under pressure on the bend, but she's a quality mare, this.
And she said to back up from a pretty hard run behind Venice Serena the week before, so nice performance. As you mentioned, she probably didn't know the form of BD Windermere, so didn't want to get in behind it. Got into the 1-1 on the back of Boomgate. That was probably the one to follow across the top. Worked into the race, and she's run him down late. Boomgate was great, backing up from a good win last week, and yeah, great drive Dexter done. Put Mr. Franklin from the 3 wide position into the trail at the bell. That's got him into a placing. Let's get the judges' call on race number 3.
And third, 11, Mr. Franklin. 4th has gone to 4, DB Windermere. From 14, Happy Heidi, and 3, She's Got It. 9, 12, 11, 4, 14, 3. The margin's half a neck, 1.5 lengths, a neck, half a head. The winner's time was 2:21.1, a mile rate of 156.4. The last 857.5, the last 428.7.
That is a terrific performance here from Willow, of course, raced by the Feast family. This one in Bill's name, I think, and Betta's delighted to listen to the rhythm. Wins 7 at start 17, and her second win here at Addington Raceway off the back of winning on Cup Day, I think, from memory. She was pretty good doing that back in November.
multiplayers very pleased with the winner of the third, and she closed at about $1.40, and the record of Natalie Rasmussen continues. And Craig, I'm pretty sure we'll see those colours in this position a few more times tonight.
Definitely in the two-year-old race where they've got numbers there, Greg, but $6,500 on her late was the best back runner, and that was a successful bet, and I'm thinking that trend will continue throughout the night with the favourites, the likes of Chris and me later in the program.
All right, here's the result coming through now with her rolling home in the third, and it looks something like this. A $1.40 and $1, Boomgate. He's going to win his share this time in on that performance, $1.90, and Mr. Franklin $3 in third. Further points for Dexter Dunn in the Streamline Freight Drivers Challenge. $3.90 the Cornella, $24.40 your trifecta, $76.40 the 9, 12, 11, 4. BD Windermere just holding on to that position ahead of Happy Heidi, $76.40, $76.40, and completed the opening treble, $131.70. That second race, of course, taken out by Bell's Son, and the first by Lavura. First of our features, Avon City Ford New Zealand Welcome Stakes over the 1950 at Group 2 level, and it is underway at 6:45. Mark Cookson, and again it looks a dead set two-horse war between the Purden Rasmussen team. Waikiki Beach has been the big shortener. Chase the Dream, he's still unbeaten.
He's very short now, Waikiki Beach, Greg. Kindergarten winner, $1.85, and Chase the Dream, $2.30 with the bookmakers. Mackenzie's on debut at $9 on final field fixed odds. If you want to go the nine runners won races 2 and 3, so that debutante there with Blair Orange taking the drive, certainly one to throw in. In behind the two Purden Rasmussen runners who will fight out the 2015 running of the Welcome Stakes as our group features get underway on a great night of harness racing at Addington Raceway. We've got the first leg of the triple trio on the way from Addington, from Whanganui next. Addington Raceway is where we'll see the likes of the $10,000 bonus first four on the last there, and also at Alexandra Park tonight, $5,000 here at Hattrick Raceway, and $10,000 in the triple trio, which gets underway with the Pala Mountains Scientific Nutrition. Sweet As Bro was a winner at Palmy 3 starts ago in C2 and contested a C2 final here on the 20th just the other day. A few days later, Monday at the Manawatu, had its first C3 run over the 375 metres, so that was back to the 375. That fifth was over the 520 for Sweet As Bro in the C2 final. C3 run up to C3 sprint, and ran third to Here Without You the other day, and gets a C3 sprint here backing up a few days later. Sweet As Bro draws box number 7. Summer of Rugs at $1.95 for under, over 13.5, $1.75. The better back to the 2 at this stage, option 1006. Okay, back with you, Rozzo. How do you see this first leg of the TT?
Mark, I've got unders there, so that's where I'll be going, certainly with the slightly better odds. Around it with a 7, 2 and 1. There's dog 6, Popstar Rocket in shot for Marcy Flip, and a Greyhound who has had a wee dab at favourite, but the market's just all over the place and it's now paying $10. Popstar Rocket does downgrade for her third start only on this track, and we haven't seen her since February. So I didn't put her in Popstar Rocket, but I'd be most interested to see how she goes downgraded. She is heading for 4.5 now. Dog 7, Sweet As Bro, lots of early speed, has only won one race on this track, and that was over the 520 metres, dropping back to the 305 today. Early speed can carry her a long way in this sprint, providing she can pick it from the traps like she tends to over the 520 metres. Dog 2, Scott My Money, can also fly early, but she has been hit or miss in her last 3 or 4, and twice badly she's missed the kick. But she generally more reliable than that, and you wouldn't want to bet against her here. I'd expect her to be prominent throughout. Scott My Money. Nathan Udy had a win earlier with the Shake 'Em Up. Dog number 1 is MBD. Now, she got a long overdue win 2 starts back off box 6. 48 hours later, she jumped slow from box 7, got castled and finished a long last. Now, box number 1 tonight. Expected to have a much better run in transit and can be in the finish again. Dog 5B Rabbit, good to have him back here at Wanganui. He knows this place very well, formerly with the Hern Camp, these days with Trent Agent. Been racing well enough in the north at Manukau and at Cambridge to be a chance here. The 6 Popstar Rocket we saw, the 3 Flying Blakes in shot there with Leanne Bell. Flying Blake picked up a win 5 starts back. He's only won 2 from 42 here, Flying Blake. It's not that he's run poorly here of late. He's been going okay, but just finds winning elusive here at Hattrick, Flying Blake. Homebush Sarah, Class 2 winner 2 back, but that was off box 1. Tough a go tonight for her off the 4. Manu Rama the outside, but he was a last start winner. He had box number 1. We'll see what he does from the 8 today. It'll be tougher for him from there. Maybe the 7 can drag him into it. To the traps, Powder Mountain Scientific Nutrition, race 6, first leg of Triple Trio. MBD off the inside with Flying Blake, B Rabbit, Sweet as Bro. Second line, Got My Money, Homebush Sarah, Popstar Rocket. Manu Rama the outside, the favourites, the 7, Sweet as Bro, 260 the tote as it stands. All clear is through. Rabbit on the run, round it comes, just about set. Racing, Sweet as Bro, a fair break only, and Got My Money bounded straight to the front. Sweet as Bro comes after it, then MBD on the inside. Popstar Rocket going forward, so too is Manu Rama. Homebush Sarah's got back in the pack with Flying Blake and B Rabbit. Up to the corner here, Sweet as Bro is kicking along nicely here from on the inside. MBD, Sweet as Bro, MBD. Homebush Sarah dived through the inside in a blanket finish, I think it's grabbed 3rd. Off Manu Rama, and also close up would have been B Rabbit and Got My Money, who died in a bit of a hole but wasn't that far away. And back towards the rear was Flying Blake. And I've missed something. Might have been Popstar Rocket if I didn't miss it and mention it in the pack. On the board, 7 Sweet as Bro does it. From MBD, the 1. 4 Homebush Sarah's dive through for 3rd. Ahead of Got My Money, so she was still there for 4th. In a blanket finish here, look where Homebush Sarah's come from. Things changed on the corner there. Popstar Rocket just getting a bit awkward onto the heels of the 2 by the looks of it, and then the 2's across her on this blanket finish, so the 7 beats the 1, and Homebush Sarah dives through on the inside of Got My Money, and Manu Rama, and even wider was B Rabbit, and Popstar Rocket, who actually ran out of room in the straight, ends up second to last with Flying Blake. From the hop, wee bit down on the nose, MBD, but safely enough away. Got My Money got out okay, ran across a couple. Sweet as Bro, they were always travelling well up on the outside. Popstar Rocket trying to go forward. Her trouble came later as Manu Rama also dragged into it. 17.67 was the winning time with a lead-up time of 6.96 in the run home. 10.71, another win for Lisa Ahern here, Mark, and we look forward to race number 7, first leg of a double treble, place 6. And we have got a Class 5 sprint at 6.56.
Yeah, the Keenan Concrete Class 5. Allegro Chase is looking for 3 on the trot to Boston Blaze, Bolt Allegro, Winfield Autumn, Weepoo, and Winning is Easy, amongst others lining up in that one. Result to come after the break as we head towards race number 2 under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park.
American Ideal, sire of Besotted, Group 1 New Zealand.
TAB Trackside 1 back at Alexandra Park ahead of race number 2. The Waste Management Mobile Pace for the Class 1 and 2 horses will kick off the TAB Quaddie, the early Quaddie, over the 2,700 metres. And this market's got a number of winning chances here. Little Rascal heads the mark at fixed odds. At this stage on the tote, Change Stride, the favourite there for Tony Hurley, who's got a couple of runners engaged in this one. Haston Bromack is the stablemate of Change Stride. Brent Mangos will take the drive on Change Stride, and Tony will be driving Haston Bromack at start number 4 this preparation, coming off the 5th on the Premier Night to delightful offer last time to the races. 6 is about Can't Explain It on the tote 2. Zach Butcher, who's well supported in the Drivers' Challenge. A good book for Ken Barron tonight as well. Of course, already tasted success down in the south. That's where we go now to Lincoln with Craig Thompson to lead us into this one, race number 2, Craig. And just going back to the first on the program, it was a very nice finish with the debutante upsetting them.
Yeah, trained by Mark Burley and driven by Mark by Love You out of Meander with Earl. So debut win for the 3-year-old. Nice win it was too, Mark, and we'll go on with the job. Race number 2, even betting race, and it's indicated with the way the tote is at the moment. You've got 5 horses under $8 at the moment, including around about a $5 favourite. You really get that at Alexandra Park, but there's plenty of depth in this race. Horse on screen at the moment is favourite on the fixed odds, and number 2, Little Rascal, of course, trained by Robert Dunn. James Stormont takes the drive. He's been good in the north, and saying that I thought he had his chance at Alexandra Park last start. He led out, he took a trail, got up the passing lane inside Prince of Pops, but only battled into third behind She Don't Love Me. Tonight steps up over the 2,700 metres, has a bit of gate speed and a good draw. Should be on the speed throughout and got to be a great each way chance. I put a number 8 on top in this race, and that's Change Stride. He was in the same event and he covered more ground. Had to sit parked out for the last lap in the hands of Tony Hurley. Brett Mangos takes the drive tonight. Of course, formerly trained by Mark Purdon, owned by the Kennards. Thought it's a horse that has won over the 2,700 metres in good time. He's got a personal best of 3:22. I think tonight he's a great each way chance in a very open race. 8 Change Stride on top. I thought Little Rascal the main danger. Prince of Pops, who I think's your likely leader. Definite include here from the Telfer Garlic team. And outside them, the best roughie in the race is the horse on screen at the moment, the former Southerner and Fiery Luster. 2,700 metres if they go hard, and being won the second row, I reckon he'll round off his race quite nicely. He does hit the line nicely, like he did last start, over this distance behind Can't Explain It. So, Fiery Luster by Red River Hanover, the best roughie in the race at around about $9. I mark them 8 on top to beat 2, 6 and 9. Aaron White's numbers in race number 2 tonight. He's with runner number 7 on top to beat 2, 5 and 8. In fact, runner number 7, a late scratching, so he's with number 2, Little Rascal on top. Head upstairs and join Aaron White. 90 seconds out from the second tonight, the first leg of that quaddie getting over $7,000. Aaron, an open field, 4 of them under $5.
Yeah, it's a wide open field here. I went the way of 2, 5, 8, 10. Little Rascal comes up with a nice draw to get that nice cheap run in behind them over the 2,700 tonight. James Stormont, Robert Dunn. Good placings in his last couple. The 5, Can't Explain It, track and trip winner when last produced on our 13th of March meeting. Zach Butcher to do the driving tonight for Kenny Barron. Change Stride certainly has to be in the mix. Of course, did run in the Derby when last over the 2,700 metres here at Alexandra Park. Brent Mangos and Tassie's Devil. Well, I did make him my long shot tonight at $16 and $3.20. His best form is here at Alexandra Park and over the 2,700 metres. The Magic Man Maurice McKendry to do the driving tonight. He's to the second line. He's going to get a nice run from there, and if there's good speed on over the 2,700, he's one that can certainly get over the top. Tassie's Devil, my long shot of the night. 2, 5, 8 and 10. Red light on
for the 2-year-olds. I can tell you a couple of them trialled the other day, including Rock On By, a 2-year-old filly that trained by Barry Purdon. Brett Mangos takes the drive. I really like her tonight. I think she can push Gamma Lady, who's a very hot favourite. So in race number 4 tonight, if you're playing into the quaddie, make sure you got runners 1 and 2. That's the Steyr Stakes heat. Gamma Lady in a first starter called Rock On By, a half to the Big Dog, if you can remember that horse a few years ago, trained by Barry Purdon, went near to Cup class. Drawn Barry number 1, Brett Mangos takes the drive. Race
draws in a barrier 7 with the scratching of She Don't Love Me. Prince of Pops, Can't Explain It a lot better. Haston Bromack, Little Rascal the favourite. Ideal Angler off the inside. Second row draws Fiery Luster and Tassie's Devil. Thanks, Craig. And a wide open first leg of the early quaddie here, with that quaddie pool getting up to 6,500. There's now 10,000 in the first four, Paul, with that carry forward money coming through. Waste Management Mobile, set ready, green light up and they're off, and a Little Rascal the favourite, and James Stormont will show great gate speed and take the early lead over Ideal Angler. A Lot Better settles down in third, trying to get around Haston Bromack, will do so to sit out Park, then Fiery Luster. Here's Change Stride coming forward now as they work the showgrounds turn for Brent Mangos. He wants to get up on the speed. Tassie's Devil takes a spot behind Haston Bromack, back in the field, Can't Explain It, and Prince of Pops, he's been restrained back to last as Change Stride comes around to challenge Little Rascal. Little Rascal wants to hold up the lead here. 2,200 left to go. Change Stride, Little Rascal. They duel by 5, Ideal Angler. And then came A Lot Better. Haston Bromack on the outside of Fiery Rascal. Mangos will relent and take the trail behind Little Rascal. 2 circuits left to go. Tassie's Devil 1-1. He would have enjoyed that little piece of early speed into the race. Tassie's Devil, the Magic Man, follows the Iceman in the 1-1. They're followed then by Can't Explain It. Zach Butcher back second last, and Prince of Pops, he stayed out of the early duel. Scott Phelan back last. 1,800 left to go on the Waste Management pace as they work up into the back, and Little Rascal, the son of Pan's Pacific Flight, away a length and a half. From in second, Change Stride. 4 lengths, Ideal Angler. Haston Bromack obliged to sit parked in fourth. A Lot Better is fifth and 4 back on the marker line. 1-1 Tassie's Devil. Fiery Luster back on the inside for J. Abernathy, and the last pair still Can't Explain It, and Prince of Pops. 1:22 was a lead time, so with that early burn they've set up a nice enough lead time for this grade as they sweep across the showgrounds turn again. Little Rascal a length and a half, Change Stride. Ideal Angler in a gap of 3 lengths is third, then Haston Bromack. Can't Explain It starts a run around. Tassie's Devil A Lot Better back on the marker line. Prince of Pops comes forward on the back of Can't Explain It, and Fiery Luster's away from the markers but back last as they pace through the lane. 32 and 3 the opening quarter of the Waste Management pace. So work down to the Judge Bell and 1 to go. Little Rascal, Prince of Pops now to attack on the outside, and Stormont will relent to Prince of Pops, stables corner. Can't Explain It left Park, then the stablemates Change Stride on the inside of Haston Bromack. Ideal Angler on the inside of Tassie's Devil. A Lot Better back in the field with Fiery Luster. 800 left to go in the second quarter in a very good 29 seconds. They pace up into the back. Prince of Pops over Can't Explain It parked around Little Rascal now trailing Haston Bromack. 1-1 cover for the final circuit. Change Stride all rest up, nowhere to go now. 3 back on the inside for Mango. Then came Tassie's Devil, Ideal Angler, Fiery Luster and A Lot Better. 500 to run as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn again. Prince of Pops a length. Can't Explain It, Little Rascal. Haston Bromack back on the inside. Change Stride. Tassie's Devil about to be stoked up at the 300 metre mark. Then Ideal Angler. Fiery Luster starts a run, and then A Lot Better homeward bound. Prince of Pops a length and a half over. Little Rascal 2 lengths. Haston Bromack's running on strongly, then Change Stride. Prince of Pops, Little Rascal offers back. Haston Bromack, Change Stride passing lane, and Fiery Luster. Little Rascal, James Stormont goes to the front. Little Rascal wins. Haston Bromack second. Fiery Luster up for third. Then Prince of Pops, Change Stride. A Lot Better's made up nice ground. They were followed Tassie's Devil, Ideal Angler, and Can't Explain It to be the last in 3:20.7. A good time. Home in 28.4. The quarter down the back in 28.8. Little Rascal, that's been a nice win, hasn't it? 3.30 into $1.50s. Worked both ends of the race here to fight off that early advance of Change Stride. They set up a 1:22 lead time. Got away with a soft enough first quarter, then trailed on 3 subsequent nice quarters, and he's come away. He's attacked the line strongly here, Little Rascal. The Pan's Pacific Flight gelding for Ian Dobson, Robert Dunn and Jimmy Stormont. Haston Bromack, good to see him right back in form. That wasn't him last time. And Fiery Luster running on well for third, and Prince of Pops to be the fourth.
Official placings race 2, the Waste Management Mobile Pace. 239,684. 239,684. Horse 2, Little Rascal, paced the 2,700 metres in 320.84. Mile rate of 159.6. Last 857.3. The 428.4. The margins 1.5 lengths, a half head, 3/4 of a length. 239,684. Race 2, the Waste Management Mobile Pace.
Yeah, lovely win tonight. Little Rascal is second at start 13. Pan's Pacific Flight 3-year-old brown gelding out of Evita Franco, bred by R.A. and C.R. Kennedy, along with Miss N.M. Broderson, Ian Dobson the owner, Robert Dunn trained at Pukekohe, and James Stormont back into the victory circle. Nice win, Little Rascal. And Gordon Robertson down there, Auckland Trotting Club steward, in attendance with the victory celebrations. 3 Haston Bromac, American Ideal, Happy Dream, a 3-year-old bay gelding for second, raced by P.C. Kelly, D.I. Donaldson, IPD Hope Johnston, along with D.H. Walker and Mrs. S. Hurley. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. And 9 Fiery Luster making up good ground late. Red River Hanover, 6-year-old bay gelding out of Holmes Luster, raced by IR Court. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick, prepared at Papakura, and J. Abernathy. 2 Little Rascal, the favourite, returns $3.30 into $1.50, $3.30, $1.50. 3 Haston Bromac, $2 even, $2, and 9 Fiery Luster, $3 even, $3. Quinella, $17.60, $17.60. Trifecta, $157.80, $157.80. And the first 4, $1,065.80, $1,065.80.
Back of Arden's Choice, you get a lovely run through, and I thought Moto Premier, he's probably the forgotten horse in the race, Greg, because he's been placed in all 3 races and gone not a bad race yet to date.
You're not wrong there. Blair Orange with a terrific strike rate in this race, as we get to see Anne Gibbs sitting in the back of the mobile, of course, wife of legendary thoroughbred trainer Jim, and great to have them on course once again. Of course, they have hugged the wind going around in the Derby.
Yeah, great to have Anne on track tonight, and she'll get a thrill just like Maley did in the last race in the mobile there with Peter Labb. And yeah, of course, legendary galloping trainer Jimmy Gibbs, and yes, they've got a great horse and hug the wind going around tonight.
All right, so how do you play this race, Craig? If you're standing out Waikiki Beach and you think you'll beat Chase the Dream, do you find the likes of Mackenzie for your trifectas?
Well, I think you can just about go straight here, Greg. I reckon you go 4 on top, you take 8 and 9 for second, 1789 for third. It costs you $6 for $1, and that's your trifecta.
All right, simple as that. First of our features here, Mr. McNamara. It is the 73rd running of the Welcome Stakes. So the race that's been steeped in history with the juvenile stars going on to bigger and better things, and I think tonight is no exception.
No, couldn't agree more, Greg. And Purdon Rasmussen benefit, it does look like on paper. I went Chase the Dream to make it 5 in a row. It's got winning form. I threw the filly in Mackenzie for second, simply because Evan Norse was tipping 1 and 2, which is fair enough. Waikiki Beach and Chase the Dream. I just thought I'd throw Mackenzie in for second. It's a beautiful filly. Going to be a lovely 3-year-old. 4 Waikiki Beach and 7 Motu Premier. Coming up, Lone Star colours with Mark Purdon on Waikiki Beach here. Might have run out of them. The blue with the silver stars. They're on 1 Arden's Choice, 7 Motu Premier, 8 Chase the Dream and 9 Mackenzie. So Mark's gone the Lone Star colours, and the horse is part owned by the man behind the Lone Star, Trevor Casey. So Arden's Choice drawn the inside at start number 3. The Penn's Pacific Flight filly, Classy Brigade on debut by Better's Delight. Waikiki Beach, the Sun Beach Somewhere, vanquished a Better's Delight. Motu Premier a Better's Delight, Chase the Dream a Better's Delight, and Mackenzie's a Rock and Roll Heaven. The Avon City Ford New Zealand Welcome Stakes. Group racing's about to land at Addington on Derby's night. They're set. Racing. Motu Premier left the arm well. Gates beat from Waikiki Beach, and Arden's Choice will get crossed and go back to third. Mackenzie trailing through to be fourth from Vanquished and Classy Brigade, and Chase the Dream from the wide draw is going to go back to last. Motu Premier gets down to the inside and leads by 2 lengths over Waikiki Beach and third Arden's Choice. Mackenzie pops away from the inside, and 3 wide Chase the Dream, working by one of a host of stablemates. Classy Brigade is second last, and Vanquished is last down next to the pegs. The lead time 23.6, and the leader is Motu Premier with Tim Williams, but not for much longer, because Waikiki Beach came out of the trail and went out and around and takes over. Running 3 back along the inside is Arden's Choice and Park Chase the Dream. 4 back on the pegs is Vanquished. A length away next as they come down to the winning post is Mackenzie, and Classy Brigade's a length and a half away last. Avon City Ford New Zealand Welcome Stakes and the kindergarten winner Waikiki Beach leads a length and a half. Motu Premier trails second, and Park to the outside Chase the Dream. Leaders getting good sectionals at the moment. 3 back along the inside, Arden's Choice from Mackenzie, Vanquished and Classy Brigade. 31.5 for the first quarter, and at this stage the second won't be a whole lot quicker than that. To the back goes Waikiki Beach and leads a length and a half Motu Premier, and the neck away third Chase the Dream. 3 back along the inside is Arden's Choice and ahead to Mackenzie. 4 deep on the pegs is Vanquished, and a length away last of all is Classy Brigade. They have increased the tempo now as Waikiki Beach and Mark Purdon leads a length and a half. Second outside of the speed is Chase the Dream, second quarter 32.5, the half 64. Motu Premier follows the speed. Mackenzie next around Arden's Choice, and then Vanquished and Classy Brigade coming off the back straight, and the leader is still Waikiki Beach, a length and a quarter. Over Chase the Dream to the outside. Motu Premier waits on the stun and Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. 4 wide Classy Brigade came up around Mackenzie, pushing through the middle Arden's Choice and a couple of lengths to Vanquished. Third quarter's only 30.7. Waikiki Beach turns in, leads a length on Chase the Dream, sticking on the inside Motu Premier, and then Arden's Choice. It's Waikiki Beach, half a length, now a length and extending. Arden's Choice hitting the gap nicely, but pacing roughly and galloped. Motu Premier went to second, but Waikiki Beach surfs it to victory. Won it by 2, beat Motu Premier, and third in Chase the Dream. Then Mackenzie, next in Classy Brigade. Arden's Choice was going to run a place for your life, but at gallop wouldn't have beaten the winner, but he's second last, and Vanquished is the last one in. For Waikiki Beach for the big kahuna, Mark Purdon, 180 and 140. 7 Motu Premier, 390, and 8 Chase the Dream, no third. 4, 7 and 8. Some Beach Somewhere, Cyclone Betty, 2-year-old. With shades of a Hoka punter with the run he got, 30.7 down the side. Up the lane in 27.3. Last mile in 2.2. And the kindergarten winner has just become the Welcome Stakes winner. Motu Premier will run second. Number 7 at $3.90, and there'll be no third for number 8 Chase the Dream. Some Beach Somewhere, Cyclone Betty, 2-year-old bay colt. Mark Purdon the driver and co-trainer with Natalie Rasmussen at Rolleston. raced by Trevor Casey, Neil Pilcher and Mrs. CM Rasmussen. And the word on track before that win was, if this horse won the Welcome Stakes, there's a hula dance coming up in the presentation area from the owners. We'll get that on film should it happen. Second, Motu Premier, A Bitter's Delight, Motu Pocket of Jewels, 2-year-old bay colt, Tim Williams and Mark Purdon and Natalie Rasmussen. And Chase the Dream, A Bitter's Delight, Christian Dreamer, 2-year-old, Natalie Rasmussen, the driver and co-trainer with Mark Purdon. Just waiting for Mark Gallagher to come on through. But Craig enjoyed a beautiful run. It was dominant. It was all too easy at the end, but he really only had to run at 27.3 last quarter, but he's a pretty smart customer, Waikiki Beach.
I tell you what, if Trevor Casey's going to do a hula dance, Mark McNamara, I've got to stay close to the birdcage to witness that, because that's going to be something special. In the Lone Star colours, of course owned by Trevor, along with Neil Poulter and CM Rasmussen, Waikiki Beach gets the win in the Welcome Stakes. Let's get the judges' call on the back of that, Greg O'Connor.
Chase the Dream. Fourth has gone to 9, Mackenzie, from 2, Classy Brigade, and 1, Arden's Choice. 4, 7, 8, 9, 2, 1. The margins 2 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 3/4 of a length, half ahead. Winner's time was 2:25.7, a mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.2. The last 857.6, last 427.1.
Mark, it's a race you always target each and every year, and the stable has an incredible record in it.
Yeah, it's a great race. It's been a feature event for some time now, so and we focus a lot on young horses, so we're always aiming at this race.
This guy comes through his win in the kindergarten into this race, and he just looks a really natural 2-year-old.
Yeah, look, he just the last quarter on 27.1, and you know he feels a real nice horse, so he's on his way to Australia now for the APG next month.
All right, he got crossed at the start, but you had no hesitation in popping back out and going straight around Motu Premier. You've got some pretty cruisy sectionals through the middle stages, and that did allow you to really rip home, didn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, no, that probably was the winning of the race, but he had the draw and we took advantage of it, and he proved too good.
Familiar names in the ownership. A few of them have won some races in the last few years. For yours, of course, Mr. Pilcher, Mr. Casey's having a reasonable run, and Mrs. Rasmussen.
Yes, yeah, no, it just keeps rolling on with these guys. They're great owners, and they've had plenty of success.
Congratulations, Mark. Well done.
Thanks. Great.
Well done, mate.
So that's Greg O'Connor talking to winning driver, Mark Purdon. This one's a 2-year-old by some beach somewhere at a Cyclone Betty. Very nice performance taking out this year's Welcome Stakes, beating the stablemate Motu Premier, who showed good gate speed to lead and then took a trail, and Chase the Dream sat parked out, has run into third. Mark Cookson, nice win, Waikiki Beach, backed in, some big bets landed in race number 4.
Thanks, Craig. Closed up pretty short, Waikiki Beach, but a win's a win, and you'll certainly take that. Waikiki Beach will, and speaking of Mr. Casey, of course, his star of the moment, Stent, lining up a bit later on tonight. Good to see him back from that Australian campaign as he heads towards $1 million. Certainly will get that if he wins tonight's feature event. He'll start favourite in the Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotters Champs. Couple of minutes out, race 7, first leg of place 6 here at Hattrick Raceway. Now after the first leg of Triple Trio, we're down to 377.15, 377.15 in Triple Trio. Winning is easy. Is the favourite, 260 the tote, 260 on final field, but you've gone for Allegro Chaser ahead of it, Rozzo, in your selections, as she looks to go for the three-peat.
Yes, Mark, look, I thought there was a standout 3 here. Waikiki Beach at $1.80, $1.40 there on the welcome at Addington, number 4, 7 Motu Premier, $3.98, Chase the Dream, no third divvy there, Quinella $9.60, Trifecta $36.30, 4789, first 4, $117 even. Went 4, 1, 6 and 2. Thought 4, 1 and 6 was a standout 3 on paper. That's not to say the others can't win, of course, and it's a sprint. It's a pretty tidy field. Lisa Ahern's got 5 in it, and she's won back-to-back races. Both the previous winners part owned by Craig Grentel. I think he's got a share in the 1, and he's also part owner of Weepu as well, so he can go for 3 straight here as well. There's the 6, which was Boston Blaze with Angela Turnwald. And here's the 4, Allegro Chaser. Back-to-back wins here, box 6, and then box number 1. Box 4 today. Look, she's been handy from there in the past, doesn't seem to bother her. When she's on her game, she'll win from anywhere. Question is, do we see the best winning is easy? Because I think the best winning is easy does win. Having said that, the best Allegro Chaser, well, if they went head-to-head at their best from the draws, I'd probably lean for the 1. I thought when Winning is Easy came back from Monaco that she might post a win quite quickly. Now, granted, Allegro Class won in a 17-17 the first week that happened, so that wasn't going to happen because Allegro Class was in a class of his own. But last week, off the lid's okay. I copped a bump, a couple actually. And that's why she ended up so badly at the back of the field. I couldn't believe that she'd ended up last in the call. So obviously willing to look past that. She gets her 11th box 1 at start 21. I just thought those last 2 runs, even granted she wasn't going to run 17-17 in a beat Allegro Class or anything like that, but I just didn't think she showed quite as much zip over the initial or the latter stages. And last week it's just a question of whether normally she would have been in that spot that she was when she first ran into trouble. Anyhow, the 2 runs back in this spell from Boston Blaze I thought had been very good for placing, so he's a very real threat even off the 6. I put Weepu in as the next best. He's been racing on the Horseshoe at Manawatu. He's pretty capable around here as well. Waterbug's got early speed. Mighty Magic stepping up to the grade for the first time. Bolt Allegro's a new recruit to the grade, and Winfield Autumn's drawn in the wrong box, so would need a lot of luck, even though she's a handy dog. To the traps, Keenan Concrete Class 5, Sprint, Double, Treble, Place 6 starts here. Nice field. Winning is Easy, Waterbug, Mighty Magic, Bolt Allegro. That's the first line, they lock forward. Up comes Weepu, Allegro Chaser, Boston Blaze, and Winfield Autumn. Winning is Easy, a 260 favourite off the inside. All clear through, and Rayudi rolls the lure. Here comes the bunny with set. Racing, Winning is Easy, a fair break, but Waterbug beats it out, and so too does Allegro Chaser. Wing is Easy tries to push forward the inside. Here's Boston Blaze around the outside. Mighty Magic gets checked in behind them, just driving up between runners here as Weepu starting to make some ground, could get into the finish further back in the race here. Bolt Allegro, Winfield Autumn, up they come, right across the track, and Weepu's got right down the outside to beat Winning is Easy. Waterbug was close up, and Allegro Chaser's right in the party as well, but probably 4th. Then we had Mighty Magic, another blanket finish, Boston Blaze. And further back to Bolt Allegro and Winfield Autumn, the only 2 that didn't really feature. Just ignore that on the board there. The 2's got this. Weepu, it's 2, 1, 3 and 4 should go up in a race of changing fortunes. 2, 1, 3 and 4. Off the lids. Waterbug, Allegro Chaser showed the speed. Winning is Easy got up and behind them. Then Boston Blaze looked to go, and then Weepu come underneath Boston Blaze and started to swoop around the outside. Waterbug burned Allegro Chaser there, which surprised me. Winning is Easy came the inside, but Weepu right down the centre of the track gets right over the top to score. From Winning is Easy and Ahern Quinella. Waterbug is 3rd, Allegro Chaser is 4th, and not far away was Mighty Magic. 3/4 of a length by half a length by 3/4 of a length. 17.66 the winning time with a 6.90 lead up, and a run home of 10.76. A run to the first bend, the 3 and the 4. You'd expect the 4 to be in the hunt from there. Boston Blaze was getting into it. Winning is Easy the inside. I think the 2 favourites had their chance on face value. It's always good to go back and watch these a few times. And Weepu driving up the middle, then around the outside, and scores for Lisa Ahern and Craig Randall. They go 3 straight, and that's Kevin Benson leading the Greyhound back, the former president of the club. Win 12, start 55 for Weepu in race number 7. Race 8, Harrison Hire Master, Class 5s go again over the sprint. Allegro Class looks for 4 straight at 7.26.
Thank you, Rosso. Yes, the Harrison Hire Master and Lisa Ahern got a couple, 3 runners, 4 runners in that one. So half the field, Allegro Class heading it at 7.26. It'll be the final leg of the triple trio. 2, 1, 3, 4. 2 Weepu, $9.10 and $2.20. 1 Winning is Easy, $1.30, and 3 Waterbug, $2.40. Quinella, $8.40. Trifecta, $102.30. First 4, 2, 1, 3 and 4, $224.90 in race number 7 on the program. And after 2 legs of triple trio, 21.59 live units. 21.59 live units. after 2 legs of the triple trio. Just a bit of a sneaky for those listening here on TAB Trackside 1. In around about 10 minutes, the Staffs Special will open for tonight's Hurricanes Rebels match. It'll open at 10 past 7 on option 3, 10 past 7 till kick-off at 7:35 on the Hurricanes Rebels, and it'll be enhanced odds on a Hurricanes midfield back to score the first try at the special price of $7.50. Option 3, Hurricanes midfield back to score first. That'll open at 10 past 7 on option 3. Now we're back here at the Auckland Harness, Alexandra Park, for the Grand Park Restaurant Handicap Trot, race number 3 on the program. And here we have the Ken Barron team, a good chance coming up here with Barry and Brent Mangos taking the drive, of course, coming off a nice effort behind Rock Tonight just the other day, the son of Pegasus Spur out of Sundell. Very consistent at this stage is Barry. 225 with the bookmakers, 250 on the tote, 5s for Paramount Dream, and a similar price for San Diego Love. Tony Hurley, he takes the drive for Errol Downey. We're around about 4 minutes away from this one. It is over the 2,700 metres, and at this time we'll go back to Addington Raceway to lead us into the program. Craig the Whale Thompson, of course, doing all of the form and keeping us up to date with Alexandra Park tonight as well. Craig, well, how are you seeing this race number 3, Craig?
I think the back markers hold the key to the race here, Mark. The likes of Barry and, of course, San Diego Love. Barry's been in great form since he's come north. I think he's had 4 starts at Alexandra Park, a win in 3 placings. He ran second at Rock Tonight last start. He's trotting fantastically well. He just seems more comfortable right-handed at the moment, Mark, and doing a really good job. Of course, got to change the driver tonight. Brett Mangos takes the drive, replacing Blair Orange, who's at Addington. I think he's the one to beat 11 Barry in the Go Harness Racing colours tonight at the $2.25. I've put him on top just in front of San Diego Love. Just quickly back to the Welcome Stakes, Mark. Fixed odds place. There was only 7 runners, but they paid 3 dividends in that event. So fixed odds place, if you had a place bet in that race, they played the first 3 home. Barry 210. 114 a place, 230 on the tote. Second favourite, San Diego Love. This one trained by Errol Downey. Tony Hurley, he takes the drive. Lovely big mare by Love You out of San Invasion. She's just, you'd love to own her. She's one of those consistent mares that's really out of the money. I think she's had 16 starts and been in the money on about 12 occasions. Tony gets on really well with this mare and her manners are impeccable. So she'll give you a good sight tonight. 11 to beat 10. For me, Paramount Dream and Hot Chocolate Tart. The other 2 that you certainly need in the mix. Hot Chocolate Tart, trained by Nikki Chilcott. Good to have Nikki back in the driving ranks at the moment. Her last drive was July last year. Of course, she had that accident mishap with the horse and had that shoulder reconstruction. Had been off the scene for an awful long time. Her first race night drive was in the first tonight behind the Crown Jewels and was placed, and she's back behind a horse that was good enough to be placed in the Jewels at 3 in Hot Chocolate Tart, one of her old favourites. She ran second at Cambridge last start behind Silver Stream, her first run back for quite some time. Paramount Dream, lovely filly by Pegasus Spur out of Paramount Star, trained by John and Josh Dickey. Simon Lawson replaces Josh Knight. Of course, Josh down here to drive Speeding Spur in the Trotting Derby. Good win last start at the park. Beat the Almighty Johnson. The Almighty Johnson won a great race in the first tonight, so that form has been franked around Paramount Dream. For me, I put the back markers on top. 11 to beat 10. 4 Hot Chocolate Tart and 2 Paramount Dream into my top 4 in the second leg of tonight's quaddie. Aaron White has come to you a minute out from the third at the park tonight. We've just had the Welcome Stakes here taken out by Waikiki Beach. I think it'll be another southerner taking out race 3 at Alexandra Park in the form of Barry.
Yeah, I'm with you there too, Craig. He's been trotting well since coming north, hasn't he? The son of Pegasus Spur was good when runner-up and behind Rock Tonight when last produced and scored nicely back on Cup Night. Brent Mangos for Ken Barron. Well, race in the Go Harness Buy Sell and Race Syndicate colours here. 10 San Diego Love. She's had those 2 runs back since that New Year's Eve third placing. Both of those runs have had plenty of merit. She'll be getting fitter every time. The Love You mare. Tony Hurley for Errol Downey. As the red light comes on for the Grand Park Restaurant Handicap Trot. The 2 Paramount Dream well in the mix. Just note the blinds have been taken off for racing here today. Simon Lawson for John and Joshua Dickey, and the 4 Hot Chocolate Tart, who resumed nicely at Cambridge when runner-up in behind Silverstream, Nicky Chilcott, to do the driving. So 11, 10, 2 and 4, all drivers out there in the black armbands for this race too, as a mark of respect to the passing of Ed Davies, one of the long-time owners, of course, with John and Joshua Dickey, and part owners in Paramount Dream here too. So again, thoughts and sympathies out with the Davies family, and let's hope Paramount Dream can get the job done here tonight. In the third, starter Frank Phelan will call the runners forward. Sonny's Little Whiz, Paramount Dream, Mob Star, Hot Chocolate Tart and Dauntless, they're all off the front. Mob Star, Hot Chocolate Tart, Dauntless off unruly draws. Macaroa Jake Ace Moment, or Beyond, San Diego Love and Barry from that 10-metre tape. This is the third, Grand Park Restaurant, situated right here at Alexandra Park too. The best suburban yum cha, you could certainly attest to that. Fully licensed, open 7 days, yum cha 10:30am till 3, and the dinner's 5:30 till 10:09, 630 6998. So these runners won't be too far away from being called up, and the current favourite for the event at 2.30 and $1.60 here. Craig, not too sure what our hold-up is here over at the 2,700 metres, but the 10-metre tape at this stage. Just a slight delay here to the third. Square gators do come up to the mark now. So the barrier strands release, and they're off in the Grand Park Restaurant, Handicap, Trot and Off-Stride, Paramount Dream in the early stages. Mob Star's also gone up in the air. Now the runners make safe beginnings. San Diego Love, she had to negotiate a path between the gallopers, Paramount Dream and Mob Star. So they come off the back, and the early leader is Sonny's Little Whiz by 2. Hot Chocolate Tart nestles in for the run in the trail as Barry pierces through to get up to third. Around Tourbillon and Ace Moment. Out wider on the track as they sweep across the show ground's turn was Dauntless, then Macaroa Jake, San Diego Love, 4 lengths away Mob Star, and the only one to lose all chance at the start, Paramount Dream. Into the lane, 2,200 to go, and the favourite Barry presses on to the lead here for Mango and will take up the running. 1.5 lengths our Sonny's Little Whiz, I should say, in the trail. They're followed then by Hot Chocolate Tart, 3 back, then Ace Moment. Dauntless coming up on the outside of Tourbillon, so Dauntless still caught 3 wide, Judge 2 to go. Then Macaroa Jake, there followed San Diego Love and the Iceman Tony Herlihy, and Mob Star, the last of the winning chances. There's 50 metres away to Paramount Dream. They put the stables behind them their first occasion, and they trot out to the 1,800 metre mark, and the son of Pegasus Spur, Barry his name. He's the favourite for the race, leads away 1.5 lengths. From Sonny's Little Whiz, nestling for the run in the trail for Peter Ferguson, and 3 back on the inside then to a Hot Chocolate Tart and Nicky Chilcott. Dauntless now down to Parked around Ace Moment, Tourbillon 1-1. Then Macaroa Jake, Mob Star making ground against the marker line, and San Diego Love, and she'd stand the leader 8 lengths as they turn off the back. 1,500 to go, 1:32 and 4 was the lead time. Paramount Dream no chance. They sweep across the showgrounds, turn their second occasion, and Barry comfortably in front here for Mangos, 1.5 lengths over Sonny's Little Whiz in the trail, and Dauntless sitting out Park for David Butcher. Hot Chocolate Tart just wanting to get up on the nickel now, 4th and 3 back on the markers. Tourbillon, Richard Brosnan 1-1 as Macaroa Jake starts a run around that. On its back is San Diego Love coming forward out 3. Ace Moment's back in the field, and Mob Star the last of the winning chances. 33 and 7 the opening quarter. Grand Park Restaurant Trot as they're about to run past the Grand Park Restaurant here at Alexandra Park. Bell and 1 to go, and it's Barry onto the stables corner. San Diego Love breasts up alongside now. Sonny's Little Whiz in the trail. Macaroa Jake with 1-1 cover. Hot Chocolate Tart 3 back on the inside. Then Dauntless, Ace Moment. Tourbillon back in the field with Mob Star and Paramount Dream no chance, and 30.7 the second quarter. So Barry, since he's had the front, he's had a pretty comfortable lead. This favourite leads leads by a length. San Diego Love sits second in Park. Then Sonny's Little Whiz, who's enjoyed the nice run after giving the lead up to Barry. In the 1-1 Macaroa Jake around Hot Chocolate Tart. Then Dauntless, Ace Moment back on the inside. Tourbillon, Mobstar taking off for Jimmy Stormont from last 500 left to go. Barry off the back over San Diego Love and Sonny's Little Whiz. The quarter down the back and 30.5 in the 1-1 Macaroa Jake. Mobstar out 3 wide. Then came Hot Chocolate Tart, Dauntless, Tourbillon and Ace Moment. They sprint for home, 200 to go. Barry from San Diego Love. Sonny's Little Whiz passing lane. Macaroa Jake, Mobstar, Tourbillon down the outside. Barry, San Diego Love. They peer off, 100 to go. Barry, San Diego Love tries, but Barry too good. Lovely Mangos Drive gets it in. San Diego Love second, Macaroa Jake third, Hot Chocolate Tart fourth. Then Sonny's Little Whiz, Tourbillon, Mobstar, Dauntless, Ace Moment and Paramount Dream. No chance after that early mistake. 336.4. We'll trim that up just a touch with a 10 metre mark, and 28.9 was the final quarter. Barry, the son of Pegasus Spur, picks up his 7th victory at start 59 tonight. Once he got the lead, he got a very easy lead, didn't he, Barry? San Diego Love, she's tried hard in second for the Iceman, Tony Hurley. And Macaroa Jake, nice run in for third. The Magic Man, Maurice McKendry, will pick up that position just in front of 4, Hot Chocolate Tart.
Official placings, race 3, the Grand Park Restaurant Handicap Trot. 11.10.6, 4.19. 11.10.6, 4.19. Horse 11, Barry, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 3:35.6. It's a mile rate of 28.5. Last 859.5. 428.9. The margins, 1 length, 1 3/4 lengths, a half neck. 11.10.6, 4.19. Race 3, the Grand Park Restaurant Handicap Trot.
Judge Graham McLennan making it all official for us as Barry comes back at the head of the field, raced by the Gohanas Buy Race and Sell Syndicate. Win 7 at start 59. His second victory here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park, yet to be out of the top 3 since coming north. Trained by Kenny Barron at West Melton. Brent Mangos doing the driving, greeted by Roger Barnes, a steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, there in the victory celebrations for Barry. Son of Pegasus Spur and Sundell, a 6-year-old bay gelding. PJ Witsy along with B.R. Gowan and Ari Og were the breeders of Barry. 10 San Diego Love, Love You, San Invasion Bay, 5-year-old mare for second. Raced by E.H. and R.C. Downey. Errol Downey trained at Cumia. Tony Hurley in 6. Macaroa Jake in for a third. The Sundon Pride of Pomona, 5-year-old bay gelding. Raced by Mrs. N.J. Hackett along with T.R. Barron and R.A. Barron. Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett trained at Waiuku, and Maurice McKendry. 11 Barry at $2 and $1.30, 2 and $1.30. 10 San Diego Love at $1.50 or $1.50, and 6 Macaroa Jake, $6.70, $6.70. Quinella $2.60, $2.60. Trifecta at $89.30, $89.30 in the first 4, $559.50. $5.59 and 50. 2.11 in the double, $9.90, $9.90. 2.10 concession at $4.30, $4.30. And the opening treble on the program tonight, 2.11, $320.40, $320.40. Runners are out on the track for our corporate race tonight, the Jewel Sulky race. And Taylor on Yogi Bear. out there in the red set of colours. Sam Taylor and Turbo Turtle in the blue. Bevan Rendell and Kopaki Express in the purple colours. And in the yellow colours is Lahina Hopper.
Still a New Zealand record, and her run last week was good, Craig.
It was against her own sex. She steps up against the boys tonight, but gee, when she raced 2 weeks ago and ran third to, of course, Mombay and Prince Fearless, she was closing on both of them. She'll probably have to find another length to beat them again tonight, and she's drawn outside Prince Fearless. I reckon she's just improving, and look at the size of it. She looks like a 4-year-old mare, not a 3-year-old filly. She's got the family ability, Greg. She'll be competitive here, and with a right run, she's a winning chance.
All right, let's get to Mark McNamara. They're behind the gate for the first of our Group 1s, Mark.
They are indeed, Greg, and about 150 metres from being dispatched from the United Video Mobile for the Inquires New Zealand Trotting Derby. Race favourite Prince Fearless, 180-120. The Welcome Stakes Trophy already headed to the All-Stars barn at Rolleston. Punters think they'll add another one here with Prince Fearless. Group 1, Inquires New Zealand Trotting Derby has begun. And Springbank Eden was away well. Speed from the Oaks winner Habibdi Ivy, and through the middle Prince Fearless and speeding Spur. But Habibdi Ivy is going to get right across the face of the field and take over. One of players galloped out the back as Habibdi Ivy leads by 2 lengths at the first turn. Springbank Eden is running second, and Prince Fearless parked up and going forward to have a look for the lead. The Northerner speeding Spur is on the back of Prince Fearless from Starlight Starbright. 1.5 lengths BD Love from Sky Commander inside of Sunny Beat, 2.5 Monbay, and it's away from the pegs early, and tailed off as one of play. To the back they go, and Prince Fearless leads 1/2 length on speeding Spur, going up to have a look here, and the speed goes right on as speeding Spur sizzles past Prince Fearless. 3 lengths away third Habibdi Ivy, a break of 5 lengths to Springbank Eden. A neck to the outside is BD Love. Starlight Starbright inside of Sunny Beaten, 2 lengths to Monbay. And then came Sky Commander and tailed off as one of play. The speed's been good, 16.50 to go. And the leader is speeding Spur with Joshua Dickey by 1.5 lengths. Prince Fearless trails second, and 3 away third Habibdi Ivy. 4 lengths away next is Springbank Eden inside of BD Love, who leads the outside row. On its back, Sunny Beat from Starlight Starbright. And the last 2 of the pack are Monbay and Sky Commander, and one of plays tailed out of it. The lead time, 1:13.1. And speeding Spur with around 1,300 metres to trot in the Inquires New Zealand Trotting Derby. Leads 1.5 lengths over Prince Fearless. They backed the speed off, they needed to. 2 lengths away third is Habibdi Ivy. BD Love 3/4 fourth on the outer from Springbank Eden, Sunny Beat. 1.5 lengths Monbay around Starlight Starbright from Sky Commander. And tailed off as one of play. First quarter 32.1. 1,000 metres to go on the first of the derbies. And it's speeding Spur, a son of Pegasus Spur, out by 1.5 lengths. Prince Fearless trails second, and BD Love's 1/2 length away third. 3 back the inside is Habibdi Ivy from Sunny Beat getting a nice run. On the peg, Springbank Eden. Around that trotter is Monbay from Sky Commander and Starlight Starbright, and 15 lengths to one a play. Speeding Spur past the 750 metre mark, leads 1.5 lengths. Second, BD Love and Prince Fearless pocketed now. Sunny Beat's 1.5 lengths away fourth. Around Habibdi Ivy from Monbay. And then Springbank Eden, Sky Commander and Starlight Starbright. Second quarter 32.3. 64.4 for the half, but they did burn early, and speeding Spur snuck away a bit. 1.5 lengths on Prince Fearless. Head away third is BD Love, but it's under pressure from Monbay, and Habibdi Ivy's held up on the pegs from Sky Commander. The third quarter 29.4. Speeding Spur heads in. 1.5 lengths Prince Fearless leaving the trail. Habibdi Ivy went to third from Monbay. Speeding Spur leads. 1.5 lengths Prince Fearless and Habibdi Ivy from Monbay. Speeding Spur though for the North Island is out by 2 lengths in the Inquires New Zealand Trotting Derby, and is home. Speeding Spur won it. Beat Prince Fearless and Habibdi Ivy. Monbay fourth, then Sky Commander. Springbank Eden, next in BD Love from Starlight Starbright, Sunny Beat, and What a Play is the last one in. 6 Speeding Spur, Josh Dickey, 6.20 and 180. 3 Prince Fearless, 1.20. And 7 Habibdi Ivy at $1.90. It was the attack for the lead down the back that won him the race, because even though he got a 64 quarter, he was able to show at the end there was plenty in reserve. Prince Fearless left the trail. Last quarter is 28.9. Last mile 22.7. And by Pegasus Spur out of Della's Speed for the Woodlands Partnership Syndicate. Also Kieran Reid, Andy Ellis, Dick Taylor and D. Hewitt. Joshua Dickey for John and Joshua Dickey from... They're based at Amberley while they're down here. And in the Woodlands colours has led them to victory. 3 Prince Fearless left the trail. Habib Ivy darted through on the inside. But it's all been the Northerner. Now 7 from 13 for Speeding Spur. 4 minor prizes too. And this was a really good front-running drive by Josh Dickey, Craig. He went up to attack the favourite Prince Fearless. That took a bit of guts to do. Got the lead off Natalie. Knew what he had in front of him. 64 first half. And had them beaten a fair way up. Even enough time to raise the whip with a little salute to win the first of our Group 1s here at Addington tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It was an outstanding drive. He put the pressure on to grab the front off Prince Fearless at around about the 1800 metre mark, and he's run them a bit down the back across the top. He looked to be travelling very, very nicely. Prince Fearless came out the top of the straight, and at that point, I thought he was going to be sustaining a winning run, but this bloke, to his credit, has kicked away inside the last 100 metres. Let's get the judge's call. On the back of that, we'll talk to Greg O'Connor with winning driver Josh Dickey.
4th has gone to 10 Mon Bay from 11 Sky Commander and 2 Springbank Eden. 6, 3, 7, 10, 11, 2. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 1 1/4 lengths, 2 1/2 lengths. The winner's time in a New Zealand record 3:15.7. A mile rate of 2:01.1. The last 857.9. Last 428.7.
Group 1 glory goes to the north, John and Joshua Dickey, and your dad just keeps on finding these quality young trotters.
Yeah, he does, Greg. He's had, you could name them, couldn't name them on 2 hands. He's just done such a great job over his whole career, and I'm lucky enough to be sitting on one of them now.
Let's talk about the plan to get him down here for this derby. Your father's always said once he gets over the longer distances, we'll see the best of him, because he might not have the speed of some of them, but gee, he can stay.
Yeah, well, that's right, Greg. We've always had that in our back pocket that, he can stay a wee bit, but, Dad spaced his races out perfect, and here we are tonight, winning a Group 1.
Let's talk us through the race. You had to put it to Prince Fearless and let Natalie know you really wanted the front. Once you got there, he relaxed beautifully and was just cruising.
Yeah, well, that's right. I just sort of felt that what runs this horse's head, he just gains a wee bit of respect, and once he finds the front, he just relaxes. It makes my job so much easier, and he just relaxes, and he's able to find the last bit.
A large team of owners, some of them significant names in New Zealand rugby, to be fair, so that's a wonderful thing too. So congratulations to you guys. Head back north, and then we'll see you back for the jewels.
Yeah, that's the plan at this stage, but we'll just enjoy tonight and we'll go from there.
Nice work, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Greg O'Connor talking to winning driver Josh Dickey. Great performance this one by Pegasus Spur out of Dallas Speed. Great group of owners, and one Peter Early involved in that group. Congratulations to you, Pete, along with a few well-known identities, the likes of Kieran Reid, Andy Ellis, Ross Taylor and Dave Hewitt. We'll see him come the end of May for the jewels at Ashburton. He beats Prince Fearless, good in third. Habibti Ivy coming out of last week's win, and Mon Bay running into 4th. But Josh Dickey salutes and gets the money in this year's Trotting Derby. Mark Cookson not far away from race number 8 at Wanganui. We'll be back for race number 6 here at Addington. Of course, the free-for-all featuring Chris and me and Terra to Love prior to 7:45.
You're looking forward to that, Craig, and that previous record set by King Denny, the mobile Colts or Geldings 2600 at 3:17.2 and 3:15.7, Speeding Spur, the new New Zealand record. In the Inkwise New Zealand Trotting Derby, 6 Speeding Spur, 6.20, 180, 3 Prince Fearless, 120, 7 Habibti Ivy at $1.90. Trifecta was $48.60. The Quinella paid $3.10. First 4, 6, 3, 7 and 10, $148. The Quaddie, 9, 9, 4 and 6 paid $76 even. The early Quaddie. Race 6, as Craig mentioned, is the Gordon Roxburgh Free for All. Fly Like an Eagle won this edition, the last edition, a couple of years ago of the Free for All. Chris and me and Terra to Love going around in it. Chris and me's second last start for the season. Terra to Love's second last start ever. Back to Hattrick Raceway, and we've got the final leg of Triple Trio coming up here, Rozzo. We've got 21.59 live units remaining, and all the talk and a lot of money coming for Allegro class.
Becoming the dominant Central District sprinter at the moment. Mark went 4, 2, 1 and 5 in a tidy field. No third place dividend with the scratching of the 8 here. And no reason why Allegro class can't do the job again. 17-17. He ran 3 starts back, and since then fastest of the day times at Manawa 2. Just like to pass on congratulations to Peter really there too, with part owner of Speeding Spur, and some spending money for Peter. He's heading away on holiday after Dog Zone on Monday for a few weeks. And very, very good Trotting Derby there, taken out by Speeding Spur. So Allegro class 3 straight, looking to make it 4. Drawn the middle. Shouldn't necessarily stop him. Some other nice dogs might. But if he's into running 17-17, 17-18, which he's done as well, then they won't stop him. Alpaca, I thought she made the comment actually, I thought she looked a little bit flat in some of her runs, that had seen her drop back to class 4 prior to last Friday's win. And she came out humming. She came out in front, which is not her style. She clocked a 17.31, which was the best of the night. Winfield Winter off the inside. I know she's stepping up in class, but she'll appreciate the inside. Super Rooster's been racing well. To the traps for race 8, the Harrison Hire Master. Winfield Winter, no par with sister, Super Rooster. And out in the 7 there, What's Up G, second line. Alpaca, Allegro class, Blue and Curly. Box 8's vacant. Alpaca, Lisa Rahun and Craig Wendell have owned the last 3 winners. Here comes the bunny to the boxes and set and racing, and off the middle quickly. Super Rooster bounced the lead, and Allegro classes missed the start. Winfield Winter's driving hard the inside of this leader, getting right underneath the leader. Then Alpaca lying third. Allegro class trying to get around the outside. Well back in the race then, we've got What's Up G and Blue and Curly. Par with sister, down they come, and Winfield Winter's kicked on and scored from Alpaca. Into third there was Allegro class. Super Rooster died on its run for 4th then. Blue and Curly, What's Up G and Par with sister. Welcome to Class 5, no problem. Winfield Winter making full use of box number 1. Alpaca making up good ground for second. Head then of Allegro class 3rd, and Super Rooster to 4th after leading early. 1, 2, 4 and 5 and a 17.47. Got underneath Super Rooster here. Allegro class missed the start today. Alpaca made up ground on the inside. Gee, those dogs at the back were getting tangled. Blue and Curly, What's Up G and Opar with sister, but up front Winfield Winter, first start in Class 5's a winning one from Alpaca. And Allegro class into 3rd ahead of Super Rooster, who just flew from the lids. We'll see in the head-on shot. But he stayed away from the rail, and Winfield Winter, after a moderate beginning, starts to charge up the inside. Alpaca gets into her work. Blue and Curly tries to trap Allegro class wide. Blue and Curly later comes into contact with What's Up G on the turn. Par with sister on the fence. Winfield Winter's a black bitch by High Earner out of Where's Whiz for the Burns Baker Syndicate. And Matt Roberts trains at Martin. 17.47 and 3/4 of a length was the winning margin. 2 3/4 to 3rd. 3/4 back to 4th. Lead up was 6.94 and the run home 10.53. Winfield Winter win 9 at start number 30. Mark and Matt Roberts on the board here in race 8. Race 9, first leg of the second quaddie, the only 520 metre race of the night. It's due to go at the amended start time of 7:57.
And that's the Dog Zone Class 2 and 3 event. Dog 9 into box number 8 with the scratching of Bitcoin. 1, 2, 4 and 5 on the 8th event. 1 Winfield Winter, $12.60 and $4.70. 2 Alpaca, $1.70 and 4 Allegro class, no third. 1 and 2, $14.30. 1, 2, 4 trifecta, $87.30. 1, 2, 4 and 5 first 4, $310.30. $17.47. That winner's time. 2 and 1 double, 27 even. 2 and 2 concessions, $6. I'll tidy up the triple trio. I'll tidy up that triple trio result shortly. Alexandra Park, we've got the Sires Stakes Phillies Heat around about 5 minutes away here on Trackside 1.
You've seen the Go Racing success over the years. Our owners know that winning feeling and they never tire of it. 2015 is going to be a huge year for us, so make sure you're part of the excitement. Here is our latest offering. This colt is a real athlete with a big walk. If you want to share in a genuine racehorse with a superb pedigree, this is the one. Closely related to Star Satire and Sabret's, he has been nominated for the Karaka Million. Call now on 0508 Go Racing, your best bet for success.
Magnus Benroe Sires Stakes, Phillies Heat 2, Gamma Lady number 2, Shane Butcher, 190.80 cents, 1 Rock On By at 310 and 230. Third favourite is Poppy Maguire, number 5 at 890 and 340. Killer Queen, number 4 at 910, 440. No third dividend available in race 4.
Have faith in me, levelled up to hug the wind, follow the stars, has the shot at Have Faith in Me, but he's got a kick. Have Faith in Me at the 100 metre mark, lead to length, now a half, follow the stars, Have Faith in Me, still in front, follow the stars, drives and missed. Have Faith in Me, he's got him again.
Yeah, Have Faith in Me's got the better of stablemate Follow the Stars in their last couple of meetings, of course, at Alexandra Park during the Premier meeting there and the other day here at Addington Raceway. Have Faith in Me beating Follow the Stars, and they'll take their place once again tonight fighting out the Mascara Standardbreds New Zealand Derby for the Pacers. Brilliant strike, a great trifecta chance to throw in there. You've got Hug the Wind as well, stablemates of the two favourite runners, who's got a rather difficult draw though to contend with tonight. That race at 8:52 here on Trackside 1. The Magnus Benroe Sires Stakes Phillies Heat for the 2-year-old girls. Gamma Lady is the favourite for this one in the hands of Shane Butcher for Brian Hughes. And Roslin's start at start number 4 in its career, has had a win and then 2 minors. All have been here at the park. It beat Neck Time with one Josh Dickey aboard on that occasion. In fact, of course, Josh driving the first 3 occasions on board Gamma Lady. Of course, tonight with Josh Dickey aboard Speeding Spur. That's certainly been a fruitful trip for one Josh Dickey. He's taking the drive down in Addington Raceway, of course. So Shane Butcher, he'll take Gamma Lady's drive in this Sire Stakes Phillies Heat. We'll head back to Addington Raceway, where Craig the Well Thompson is there, and he'll guide us into this one here. Race number 4, a small field for this Phillies Heat, Craig.
It is a small field, Mark. You've got race day form versus trial form. That's how I'd analyse this race. You've got race day form in Gamma Lady, who's been placed in the last 2 starts behind the very good Dream About Me. Both times drew badly outside of the front and outside of the second row, and still was good enough to run on both occasions. Tonight she's drawn up, I think, to lead from barrier 2. The horse on screen at the moment is her main rival. Getting a little bit fired up is Rock On By, filly by Christian Cullen. She trialled last Saturday, and gee, she was impressive. This in the Brecken Bloodstock colours. Drawn to get at least the trail here, and I reckon they'll run the Quinella here. I give the one horse an outside chance of beating the favourite. So for me, it's 2 to beat 1. It looks a really good Quinella. Best of the rest, Poppy Maguire and Ideal Eagle. Ideal Eagle had to sit parked and doing plenty of work last start, when running 4th in that same race that Gamma Lady ran 2nd, and Poppy Maguire ran 3rd. Tony Hurley, he trains and drives the filly by American Ideal, trialled up well prior to that last start placing. For me, I mark them 2, 1, 6 and 5. Race number 4, the Magnus Benrose Sire Stakes Heat, $25,000 for the 2-year-old fillies. Aaron White, just on start. Time for race number 4. It is one of our features along with the Kumeu Stakes at Alexandra Park tonight. Gamma Lady, very good when placing last start. Takes on a horse that was very impressive at the trials last week.
Lady will see her right in this one. From barrier 2, she was good off the second row, of course, in the Young Guns Delightful Lady Classic. Shane Butcher went runner-up in behind. Queen. So the Magnus Benrose Sire Stakes Fillies Heat 2, into the back they go, 1700. The half a dozen fillies are showing the green light and they're off, and Rock On By shows very good early gate speed here to hold up the lead. From on the outside, Killer Queen. Gamma Lady will drop and get the early trail. They're followed by Poppy Maguire. Ideal Eagle will settle back second last, and Vivacious Madonna. She's last, the run off the gate in 6 seconds, 1400 to go as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. And it is Rock On By the Christian Cullen filly. Been attacked though by Killer Queen, the outside, Simon Lawson. Now Brent Mangos looks like he'll ease and give up the lead. He will as they work into the lane. 3 back is Gamma Lady, the favourite, in the hands of Shane Butcher. And in the second half of the field, Poppy Maguire away from the markers. Gamma Lady's come out in front of that to give it the 1-1. Back in the field, Ideal Eagle and Vivacious Madonna. 28 and 5 the opening quarter. Killer Queen, the Rock and Roll Heaven filly will take them on to the stables corner. Their one and only time. By 2, Rock On By. Gamma Lady's going to have to do it tough sitting out Park. Back on the inside then to Ideal Eagle, and in the 1-1 is Poppy Maguire. And Vivacious Madonna and DJB back last, 800 left to go. Second quarter in a comfortable 32.5 as Killer Queen will pace into the back. The final time, Magnus Benrose Sire Stakes Fillies Heat number 2. Leading by a length and a quarter. Gamma Lady around Rock On By trailing. 1-1 is Poppy Maguire and the Iceman Tony Hurley. And then Ideal Eagle and Zach Butcher, 3 back on the inside, and Vivacious Madonna the last. End of the back straight coming up, 500 out. Killer Queen off the back from Gamma Lady. The outside right there, Rock On By waiting the passing lane. In the 1-1 as they pace past the 430.6 was Poppy Maguire. Back on the inside, Ideal Eagle and Vivacious Madonna, the fillies for home. Heat 2 of the Sire Stakes with Magnus Benrose and its Killer Queen. Gamma Lady at it quickly. Rock On By passing lane, and Poppy Maguire's got something to offer down the outside. 120 out, kicking hard. Killer Queen's got Gamma Lady off the bit. Poppy Maguire really lengthened strongly for the Iceman, and Poppy Maguire over the top. Poppy Maguire will beat Killer Queen. Third, Ideal Eagle. Photos fourth. Gamma Lady, Rock On By, and then Vivacious Madonna, 206.4. And the final quarter in 28.7. The American Ideal filly, she just continues to improve with racing. And she's had a nice seat in the 1-1 for the Iceman when produced at the top of the straight. She's taken a good 100 metres to really wind up, but when she's found her full stride into the hopples, she's got after Killer Queen strongly here to secure the victory. She'll get over the top nicely, Poppy Maguire, and pick up her first victory and the second heat of the Magnus Benrose Sire Stakes Fillies Series over Killer Queen. Ideal Eagle there for a third in front of Gamma Lady, and Rock On By to be the fifth.
Official placings, race 4, the Magnus Benrose Sire Stakes Fillies Heat. 5, 4, 6, 2, 1, 7. 5, 4, 6, 2, 1, 7. Horse 5, Poppy Maguire, paced the 1700 metres in 206.47. Mile rate of 159.7. Last 859.3, the 428.7. The margins are neck, 2 lengths ahead. 5, 4, 6, 2, 1, 7, race 4, the Magnus Benrose Sire Stakes Fillies Heat.
Poppy Maguire to come back at the head of the field, secures her first victory in nice fashion too. American Ideal Brown 2-year-old filly out of Tootsie. R.S. Tomlinson, Kay Howson and P. Morris the owners. Congratulations. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver, to come back at the head of the field. The Woodland Stud and Mitavite sponsored Rainsman by a Woodland sire here in American Ideal. And the Mitavite Black Bike to come back into the victory circle here at Alexandra Park again. Johnny Magnus down there, a part of the victory celebrations. Good to see you here, John. Director Peter Smith of the Auckland Trotting Club also in attendance. So Ray Kennedy, the breeder, along with wife Diana with Poppy Maguire. 4 Killer Queen for second. Rock and Roll Heaven, black 2-year-old filly out of Party Girl Becky for Lincoln Farms Limited. D. James, MJ Brereton, KJ Bell, S. Beckett, IA Middleton, RJ Dias and BP Rabbit. Ray Green trained at Pukekohe and Simon Lawson. 6 Ideal Eagle working home well for the third spot. American Ideal Sky High Eagle, 2-year-old Bay filly for the Hedges BA and Mrs. H.A. along with GC Sweeney. Barry Purden trained at Clevedon. And doing the driving was Zach Butcher. Totes in the fourth. We'll see number 5, Poppy Maguire, return $11.90 and $4.30, $11.90 and $4.30. 4 Killer Queen at $4.20, $4.20 no third for 6 Ideal Eagle. Quinella 55.50, 55.50. Trifecta 427 even, 427. And the first 4, $1,581 even, $1,581.
Wound nicely in the Cup.
Yeah, he went win a nice race in the Auckland Cup, Greg, and the prelude he went super when running on. I see him posing up back on the field, and I think the only chance he's got in the race is if they really did some early on and he could get 3 wide with a bit of cover. He's best safe for 1 run. If he gets that run, he's a first 4 chance.
Terrific season from Chris and me thus far, trained by Crandell Getty. Here's what he had to say about him and his Derby charge. Cran, it's already been an incredible season. His record over 1950 is quite remarkable too. Your expectations with your superstar tonight?
Yes, he's bright and well. He has put on a wee bit of weight since Auckland. I know that sounds funny, but we're not treating it as a trial, but it's a trial for us because we can't go to next week and thinking the race is going to go 4:12 for a 2 mile. So we want to be ready, and we will be.
All right, he's drawn out a wee bit, but we know he has the tactical speed now, particularly off the gate. He's developed that in the last 12 months. Would you anticipate him leading in this race?
Yeah, good question. It's Tony Dix's call after 50 metres. If the momentum's good with him and the inside's not quick, you know, by all means go ahead. I said to him so, but I'm not going to make him any tactics.
All right, so there's one more screw just to get him absolutely peaking for his final assignment, the Easter Cup next week.
Oh, no doubt about it. I've been in Group 1 next week, doing a 2 mile. I can't come away from the race and saying I was 1 run short. I want to be, if I get beat, I'll be beaten on his merits rather than fitness.
All right, 3-year-old feature tonight is the Derby Art Union. I thought career best run at Auckland, and last week, well, you put the hood on, you attempted to lead, and it just didn't quite work out.
So just beaten by several better ones, simple as that. You're exactly right, in our summary too, that was his career best in the Derby, in the Great Northern Derby, so having run similar to that, he may feature in a place.
So that is Crandell Getty talking us through the chances of Chris and me and Art Union. Looking at Terra to Love, Addington's king, and he turns up here tonight for the second last time on a race night, and his record is supersonic, as we know. He's won almost $2.5 million tonight. You'd imagine there'd be improvement there, and that's what the courts and Ricky May are indicating, but he is so good here at Addington Raceway, you can never discount him.
Well, this is his home, isn't it, Greg? This is where he performs best at. He's going to have to come round Chris and me, which is not going to be easy here tonight, but I think next week's his go. Over the 2 miles, love to see him in the Easter Cup go out on a winning note. For me, it's 8, 9, 4 and 2, the best roughie New Year's Day, Greg. I don't think Chris and me has to lead to win tonight. A lot of people think he has to lead. If there's pressure on early on, he still can win from behind.
The Gordon Roxburgh free for all. He's a great bloke. Gordy saw him many times sitting on his stool at the Islington Tavern. Terrific midget car driver as well. And fitting that Sooty Moffat has associated his name with this very good race. Up to Mark Mack for his description of our 6th.
Thanks, Greg. And the gate heading up the side. 250 metres from getting underway for the Gordon Roxburgh free for all. The scratching is the 5, Pemberton Chard. The favourite, Chris and Me, off the 8 gate. Fresh off his Auckland Cup victory. Terra to Love back from Australia. For his second last time ever. He's about to begin a race. Set to go. Green light. Racing. Mossdale Connor off the inside came away best. Tiger Tara with gate speed and border control third. And then Chris and Me and Terra to Love both wide going around the first turn but heading around midfield. Next is Tijuana Bromac from New Year's J, and Jason Rules has gone back to last. It's Tiger Tara by a length and a half to 2 lengths. Trailing second, Mossdale Connor and Chris and Me's ahead away third, and Terra to Love is 3 wide pressing forward. New Year's J 3 back the inside from border control. And then Tijuana Bromac, and last of all is Jason Rules. The lead time 22.4. And Tiger Tara leads, but Terra to Love is keen to find the top. Ricky drives him hard, and Terra to Love's going to take over. And with 12.50 to go in the Gordon Roxburgh free for all, he'll pass the winning post at his second last career start. It's the Cup's King, Terra to Love by a length and a half. Tiger Tara second, and running third, Mossdale Connor. Chris and Me forced to breeze now. And 4 back along the inside, New Year's J from border control. Jason Rules second last, and Tijuana Bromac is last. Opening quarter 28.8. He had to burn to find the top, but he's there. To the back by the 900 metre mark. And Terra to Love, at his favourite piece of all with a track around, leads by 2 lengths. Second, Tiger Tara. 1 away third, Chris and Me, and 3 back the inside, Mossdale Connor. Then border control, New Year's J, Tijuana Bromac and Jason Rules. They've got 6.50 to go, and Terra to Love travels down the back stretch and leads a length and a half. Tiger Tara, he waits for the stunning Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Chris and Me's ahead away third. Then border control, Mossdale Connor, Tijuana Bromac, and then New Year's J, and last of all Jason Rules. Second quarter 30.9, 59.7 for the half. And Terra to Love and Chris and Me, the pair of them, they still travel kindly. Tiger Tara third, border control next, and then came Mossdale Connor. Third quarter 28.7. Terra to Love leads. Margins and at Chris and Me's got him right in his sights. Tiger Tara's on the inside. Chris and Me pounced on the lead. Tiger Tara came to second. Laid out wide border control. Chris and Me in front, but he's flat. Tiger Tara border control. Chris and Me fell in. Just beat border control and or Tiger Tara. And then Terra to Love. New Year's J was making late ground from Mossdale Connor, Jason Rules and Tijuana Bromac. 8 Chris and Me at 1.30 and $1. Gee, he was flat in the last 30 metres. Importantly though, he's been able to get home. He had to race Parks. It was a hot lead time. It was a fast first quarter. And Dexter had a look across at the 150 metre mark when he got the better of Terra to Love. Tiger Tara came through, border control angled across wheels, and he drove late. Last quarter's 28.8. Last mile 157.2. He was out, Chris and Me. Dexter was urging him along.
Border Control's put a drive in. He'll run second. And Tiger Tara will be third with Chris and Me, the winner. Terra to Love back in fourth spot. He makes it 27 from 45. And he looked home easily at this stage, Craig, but gee, they came at him late. He's going to get in Chris and Me and keep that amazing record that you noted on the box seat intact over the 1950, but the other two are honing right in.
You're right, Mark. He has tendencies to knock off inside the last 100 metres. I don't know whether he's getting tired or that tendency kicked in here, but gee, he's put about a length on them, and the margin at the line's been a half ahead. And saying that, he's had to do it tough. He's had to sit parked out into a strong headwind here tonight, Mark, and he hadn't raced for 3 weeks, so you expect improvement going into the Easter Cup. Big run by Border Control. He's closed in late, and Tiger Tara improved on last week's run. Terra to Love, aggressive drive, Rick May put him in the race, gave him every opportunity, faded late into fourth. But Chris and Me, his 27th win from 45 starts tonight. Great performance, great training effort by Crandell Giddy. Dexter Dunn in the cart again. At the judges' call, see what type of time they've run here in these blustery conditions. I can tell you the wind's really picked up here on track tonight. I know we had a New Zealand record in the trot tonight, but we'll find out more after this race.
Second, 4, Border Control, and third, 6, Tiger Tara. Fourth has gone to 9, Terra to Love. There's a dead heat for fifth between 1, Mossdale Connor, and 2, New Year's J. 8, 4, 6, 9, and a dead heat 1 and 2. The margins are short head, a nose, 1 1/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. Winner's time was 2:18.9, a mile rate of 1:54.6. Last 857.1, 428.6.
Dexter, the season just rolls on for this guy, but man, he had to be good tonight.
He did, Greg. You know, I've got a sensational time, and really it's only the second race in about 7 weeks, so that fitness is, race fitness is still a worry, but to his credit, he actually really stuck his head out tonight.
Let's talk about the tactics of the race, because you had a sort of a look there and thought, I might press forward, and then Ricky was coming, and you were going to have to sit outside the Warhorse, and that's never easy to do.
It's not, Greg. No, it's not. I've tried it plenty of times and come off second best, that's for sure, but we sort of had made our move early and made a move early. I saw, Squirt was rolling along pretty hard, so, I was happy to sit parked. I thought Rick might have a tack for the lead, and it was probably just a little bit there undoing, they're pretty hard quarter into that headwind, so, we were just sitting parked, getting a nice sort of little bit of a breather, and then, had to, wear them down up the straight.
All right, it's a pretty appropriate win for you this week, giving the passing of your grandmother. I guess it would be nice to be able to dedicate the win to her.
Yeah, definitely. If, she always never missed a race meeting. Obviously owned plenty of horses and had a real passion for racing. So it's definitely good to win this one for her.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
Yeah, nice interview there, Greg O'Connor, talking to Dexter Dunn, loss of his grandmother during the week. Chris and Me, his best performance here at Addington Raceway tonight, because he had to do it tough, sitting outside Terra to Love. Hasn't done that in the past and beat him home tonight. He certainly did. Closing in late, Border Control, Tiger Tara into third. Those dividends shortly, and we'll head back to Mark in the studio, only about 3 minutes out from race number 9 at Wanganui. Closed off pretty short. There's some large bets. I think $10,000 placed on Chris and Me, and another $5,000 yesterday. So from $1.65, I think he closed in around about $1.30. He has taken out this year's Gordon Roxburgh free for all over the 1950 metres. He hadn't been beaten over that distance since 2011. He's won his last 10 races here at Addington over that trip. The 7th here tonight will be for the Group 1s again. The Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Champs over the 2,600 metres. Stent will be short again. I think he's got to do $1.60 on the book at the moment. Let's get the result. Chris and Me, $1.30, $1. Border Control, good, $1.60. Tiger Tara, better, $2.10. Quinnella's $3.10. Trifecta's $19.80. And the first four, $40.60. That time, 2:18.9 in blustery conditions. relates to a 154 mile as we get the double 680 concession 640 and the triple $15.50. So Mark, 154 last mile, very good here, sitting in the breeze, Chris and me defeating Border Control. We'll be back for the next, the Fred Shaw Memorial at 19 minutes past 8. Pick 6 live, 13,373, speeding Spur into Chris and me.
Thanks, Craig, and looking forward to Stent going around. Can Trevor Casey get another success as an owner with Stent? And while coming off that form in Australia, be hard to bet against Stent, but maybe some money there for the likes of King Denny, of course, and King Castler. Aaron White indicating last night on Thursday night under lights. Maybe have a wee bit on King Castler behind Stent. John Dunn for Craig and Amy Edmonds. Leg 1 of the second quaddie at 8:19. 90 seconds away from the dog zone, class 2 and 3. Most of the races here sprints tonight, but this one over the middle distance. Back to you, Mark Rosanowski. Miss Selfies, 420 with the bookmakers, 390 on the tote.
Yes, I haven't got her in 4, Mark. You can certainly make a case for her end the field, 6149. My numbers here. Don't think I've ever put Applause on top, but was it amazing money this morning, $9 and now to $6.50 and continuing to tumble. That's Miss Selfie. She can win. She was beaten on merit by Applause 2 lengths last week. She doesn't win out of turn. She did win a couple recently, 6 from 62 overall, so she's certainly racing well enough, and you can certainly make a case for her. I'm not saying she can't win by any stretch. Some of Rugg's option 1,009, under 12.5, $1.95, and over at $1.75. I've come up shy, but the fourth one I put in was the 9 Thrilling Dylan, second runner for Tom McCracken. Got a good number in for dining tonight, so a good crowd here. Out to have a look at the only 520 metre race of the night. Applause. Look, she generally leads, and last week she led in 1. She clocked a 30.50. She beat Miss Selfies by 2. She never looked like coming back to them. She lined up on Wednesday in a sprint. She won that in a handy enough time. I'd be very surprised if she doesn't lead here. If she doesn't, she won't win. The 1 Cosmic Scramble. Gee, I'll be taking notes on this dog. He has got me confused. He's won 1 from 17 here with 12 minor placings, mainly because he's been weak over the 520 metres. He's led a number of times over 520 metres and been run down, sometimes run down by not very strong dogs. The last 2 runs here, he's taken knocks at the first bend and stormed home. Now, okay, they only went 30.81 last week when Cold Turkey won, but he was second last turning for home and got up for third. So what he'll do tonight, not sure. Level down the 4 dog. Well, he's a class 2, as is Opawa Cassidy and Thrilling Dylan. He's a strong dog. Matt Roberts has only had him for a couple of starts. Carolyn Hoare formerly trained him. I think he's a chance here, but he has to get a bit of luck in the running, and Thrilling Dylan could run into the finish here too off the ballot. Forward they go. Cosmic Scramble, Cold Turkey, Punch on Jamie, Opawa Cassidy. Second line is Miss Selfies, Level Down, Applause and Thrilling Dylan. Favourite Miss Selfies, $3.80. Locked away, Buddy on the run, we're about set to break, nearly there. Racing, Applause steps out reasonably well the outside, but Punch on Jamie's got a punch to the lead, and Miss Selfie's going forward. Cosmic Scramble checked himself off the round there. Getting past him was Thrilling Dylan, getting past the pair of them was Cold Turkey to push forward. Cosmic Scramble's gone right back to second to last, with Level Down back last. Punch on Jamie in front by 3. Miss Selfies gives chase. Over on the outside then to Applause. Further back on the race here, we've got Opawa Cassidy starting to run on. Cold Turkey back behind those runners, then Thrilling Dylan, up they come. Punch on Jamie, Miss Selfies right down the outside. Opawa Cassidy, Miss Selfies from Opawa Cassidy, Punch on Jamie, and Cold Turkey home in third spot. Thrilling Dylan, Applause, Cosmic Scramble, Level Down. Miss Selfies. Punters right, Rosso wrong. Happens a time or two. 30.45, just outside her personal best. Run home was 11.76. Other sectionals to follow. Opawa Cassidy second. Punch on Jamie third. Cold Turkey fourth. On the corner, Punch on Jamie in front. Miss Selfies came the inside. Opawa Cassidy came the outside. Miss Selfies took the short route, won it. 2, 7, 5 and 3. Applause next in with Thrilling Dylan. Cosmic Scramble, he checked himself off the rail. Well, wasn't off the rail, but he was just checking himself out of a gap. He was getting leaned on early. We'll see it here in the head-on shot. Now, Punch on Jamie won the break. Applause was just a wee bit awkward away, but then she accelerated. Miss Selfies comes down on Cosmic Scramble. He checks out there at that first bend, then comes into contact with Opawa Cassidy. Level down, never really got warm from the back. 30.45 on the board. Margin was half a length by 1 1/4 lengths by 3/4 of a length. Lead-up time was 5:03. Missed the midsection, but you can get it on the dogs.co.nz. It was 18:69, just like that. Let's get back to Mark. Race number 10, Mark, is a sprint for the Class 4s at 8:28.
Got Felia, Allegro Master, Matilda's Babe, Serena Rose. In that one, Opawa Shaden draws the 2. Race 10 at 8:28 here on Trackside 1. We'll take a break on a busy night, a premier night from Addington. We're back at Alexandra Park, though, right after this.
Leading owners and trainers, back Dunstan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Auckland Co-op Taxi, 300,000 handicap trot, 2,200 metres.
Stead in front, got away from Keystone Dell. Brunelleschi's getting home. Down the outside for Sen, but it's Stent clear 100 out. The Kiwi champion draws away, and Stent is too good. Stent wins it. A great go, the Miners.
Stent is back from overseas and will line up in the next race from Addington Raceway, the Group 1 Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Championships. After winning the Great Southern Star, won the heat as well. Shimon won a heat and of course ran 6th in that final behind Stent. Will line up 2 in race number 7 to kick off the quaddie. 3 minutes out here from the final leg of the early quaddie at Alexandra Park, the Auckland Co-op Taxis 303,000 handicap trot. Early quaddie, you need 2 Little Rascal, 11 Barry and 5 Poppy Maguire. A short way home, $633 with Mum's Pride. As we go back, coming in from Addington Raceway is Craig Thompson. Mum's Pride, short way home in the quaddie, Craig, off the 20 metres at 2:30 on the tote.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Not going to be easy for him tonight. The reason it's not going to be easier, it's only 2,200 metres tonight, and he's off a 20-metre handicap. When he won last start, he led them throughout over the 2,700, but he was off the front. Tonight he's going to have to get around a big field, and there's some pretty handy horses that he's giving a head start to. Of course, he'll head towards the Jules, Mum's Pride. Last start he beat Prime Power and he trotted 3:29, so anytime you trot inside 3:30 at Alexandra Park, you're going a pretty serious speed, and he was very good in winning there. Prior to that, 31st of December, he defeated Paramount Queen. He's in very good form. By Monarchy out of Teacher's Pride. As for the Weavers, James Stormont has pride and joy off the 20-metre handicap. I found one to beat him. Number 5, Ere I Come, trained by Mark Jones. Zach Butcher takes the drive today. I just thought off the front, if he could step and find the front, I reckon that's where he's really comfortable. And his second at Alexandra Park last start was good. I thought the distance suits tonight, and I think Zach will suit this horse, so I thought 5, Ere I Come, at the $5 each way in race number 5 to beat Mum's Pride. Good value in the race is number 2, Cyberspace. John and Josh Ticker had a winner with Speeding Spur earlier in the night, and I must say a big well done to Michael Guerin. Tipped it out on the box set as best of the week on Wednesday night. Well done, Michael. I'm sure you'll be watching Speeding Spur. I think it was around about $5 on the fixed odds on Wednesday. Got home tonight defeating Prince Fearless. So the Dickies with Cyberspace in race number 5 tonight. I thought a cracking each-way chance on the way it worked on Saturday. Jet got home with a rush. Manners are the key with this mare by Muscles Yankee, but if she does it right, she's right in it. And best of the rest, Lucky Fortune. The boys can screen in on number 4, Lucky Fortune. Will be the gold sleeves in the blue. Lovely looking trotter, this one, by Bryland Boys out of Howes Lucky. Unusual looking horse with a golden mane, runner number 4. If we can, there it is there, right on screen. Well done, fellas. Golden colours of Lucky Fortune. This one trained by Andrew and Lynn Neal. Sweating up a bit, which is not a great sign. Hasn't raced for a while. 31st of December, so been off the scene for 3 months. Coming in fresh tonight and certainly showing that it's preliminary there. Get a little bit hot under the collar is Lucky Fortune. I marked them 5 on top to beat 13, 2 and 4. Aaron's numbers, he's with 13, 12, 2 and 5. Aaron, why does it come to you? Nice field, this for the intermediate grade trotters. Mum's Pride, fantastic in beating Prime Power last start and starts off the 20-metre handicap.
Yeah, and we get the interesting element, as you mentioned, the 2,200 metres off the stand, so they've got to do everything right. Mum's Pride, he's a real progressive type, isn't he, the Monarchy gelding? I don't think the 20 metres will hold him up here tonight. James Stormont, the trainer-driver for Frank Weaver. Regal Petite, nicely back into winning form, taking the breeders last time. Philip Butcher for Paulette Screen. 2 Cyberspace, she's mixing her form, but 22 stand tonight, 10 and 280. You get a nice price if she does everything right. She's going to land in a lovely spot. And 5, Here I Come, certainly has to be in the mix here too, after a good second in behind Katie Hall when last produced. 13, 12, 2, 5. Yes, it should be a good race, this one, Craig. The Auckland Co-op Taxi, 300, 3,000 handicap trots.
For Mum's Pride, $4 with Here I Come. 3rd favourite, Katie Hall for Tim Vince, doing a really good job, this horse, in great form at the moment. And Cyberspace, 4th pick, or 4th favourite on the tote at around about $12. Of course, Regal Petite, good enough to win last start, in the hands of Full Butcher tonight. Take the drive. She was at the workouts last Saturday and trialled up nicely there. She's in great form, this mare, and Paulette Screen doing a really good job, and they've got another one in later in the program that trialled up nicely called Eyebrow that goes around in race number 8, takes on Shandale. Look out for this horse, Eyebrow, up against a real up-and-comer in Shandale, who chased Lazarus last start at Cambridge. Eyebrow was very good at the trials on Saturday. That's race 8 at 9:37, runner number 2. Not far away from start time for race number 5. We're about a minute and a half over time. Favourite still is the back marker, Mum's Pride, chasing a hat-trick of wins at the $2 quote. Second favourite into $3.80 now, Here I Come. The Son of Majestic Son out of Orlando is special for the Butterworths. Zach Butcher picks up the drive today off the front.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. And these trotters come forward. Ginger Bertha, Cyberspace, Katie Hall, Lucky Fortune, Here I Come, I Got Rhythm. They're the front horses off 10, Dead Cat, Bounceley, Lure Invasion, Sun Shield and Sir George Grey. Regal Petite and Mum's Pride from the back mark of 20 metres. Should be a good race, this. The Auckland Co-op Taxi. 300, 3,000. Great start and end to every night. Auckland Co-op Taxis. Just on the move is Lucky Fortune here. Getting real cantankerous is Lucky Fortune. Looks like he might have broken the boring pole there too. He has, so we'll need to adjust that piece of gear. With him playing up, he has broken the boring pole here. Lucky Fortune. So Lucky Fortune's just broken the boring pole here, ladies and gentlemen, so they will reconnect the boring pole after putting on a right display down there at the 2,200 metres. Andrew Neal doing the driving on the Bryland Boys gelding. He's fresh up since his last start, which was on New Year's Eve. Right, the boring pole taken off completely here on Lucky Fortune punters, so be aware of that. The boring pole has been completely removed. The Square Gators up for take two of the Auckland Co-op Taxi, 303,000 handicap trot over the 22. So they'll need to do everything right as we're about set and ready to go. Starter Frank Phelan hits the lever and they're off and trotting. And a wee bit slow, Here I Comes, galloped in the early stages here. So one of the favourites up in the air, Here I Come. Sunshield's also gone off stride. Lucky Fortune with the boring pole removed. He's gone to the lead from Ginger Bertha. They're followed by the next is I Got Rhythm as they work the stables corner first occasion. Then Dead Cat Bounce. Out wider on the track is Katie Hall. Cyberspace, she's safely on the journey. Then Lure Invasion, the breeder's winner. Regal Petite is back in the field with Mum's Pride. Back there too is Sir George Grey, and underneath that Sun Shield, and Here I Come, he's blowing it at the start. Down the back goes Lucky Fortune, a length and a half on the trail, Ginger Bertha. 2 lengths, Dead Cat Bounces. Lure Invasion comes around the outside as I Got Rhythm came away from the markers to look for the 1-1 behind Lure Invasion, who's going off to have a look for the lead. Then Katie Hall back on the inside is Regal Petite, then Cyberspace, Sun Shield as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn, Mum's Pride and Sir George Grey, the last of the winning chances. 50-5 was the lead time, and Here I Come with that early gallop is not in contention. So galloping up ahead now here, Lucky Fortune too. So Lure Invasion's got to the lead. I Got Rhythm down to trail, and Katie Hall is now parked as they come off the showgrounds turn and work down the lane. Ginger Bertha 3 back on the inside. Cyberspace beautifully positioned 1-1 around Dead Cat Bounce. Mum's Pride 3 back in the running line, and only 7 lengths off the lead. Judge Ballon 1 to go. Then Regal Petite back on the inside. Sir George Grey, he's second last. On the outside of Sun Shield, 4 lengths away, Lucky Fortune catching the pack, and Here I Come, no chance. 900 to go, stables corner, Lure Invasion over I Got Rhythm. Katie Hall third and parked. Then Ginger Bertha, Cyberspace. Dead Cat Bounce on the inside of Mum's Pride, being patiently handled. Regal Petite, Sir George Grey, and the stablemate Sun Shield and Lucky Fortune, the last pair. 34 the second quarter. Down the back they go. Lure Invasion a length over Katie Hall. I Got Rhythm and the Magic Man in the trail. 1-1 Cyberspace in a striking spot. Ginger Bertha the inside. Then Mum's Pride now only 5 lengths off the lead with 500 to go. Dead Cat Bounce and Sir George Grey. Sun Shield well back with Regal Petite and a Lucky Fortune. 400 out in the Auckland Co-op Taxis. 303,000. 29-2 the quarter down the back. Running on to the lead, Katie Hall. Over Lure Invasion. Here's Cyberspace out of the 1-1 and Mum's Pride. He starts his run now. And then I Got Rhythm homeward bound. Katie Hall. Mum's Pride extends strongly around Cyberspace. Lure Invasion. I Got Rhythm getting no luck in behind. Katie Hall. Mum's Pride strides up, strides to the lead. Neil Stride clear. Oh, he's a right talent, this boy. Mum's Pride in, wins by a length. Katie Hall. Third over, Lure Invasion fighting on well. In front of Cyberspace, I Got Rhythm didn't get much luck up the home straight. Then Dead Cat Bounce, further back was Sir George Grey. They were followed by Regal Petite, Ginger Bertha, Lucky Fortune, Sun Shield, and Here I Come in 253. 29, make that 28.7 of the run. Mum's Pride, the Monarchy 4-year-old. James Stormont, the trainer-driver for Frank Weaver. And he'll get the job done in pretty impressive fashion again tonight. Rolls over the top of them in the home straight to take the victory here for the Auckland Co-op Taxi 303,000 handicap trot. In what was a good battle up the home straight too, but Mum's Pride will remain unbeaten this campaign. 4 starts for 4 very nice victories.
Official placings, race 5, the Auckland Co-op Taxis, 300, 3,000, handicap trot. 13.39.286. 13.39.286. Horse 13, Mum's Pride, trotted the 2,200 metres from a stand in a handicap, and a net time of 2:51.4. Mile rate of 2:05.4. Last 857.9, the 428.7. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, a half length. 13.39.286, race 5, the Auckland Co-op Taxis, 300, 3,000, handicap trot.
He's a lovely square gator indeed. Mum's Pride back at the head of the field. Monarchy, 4-year-old bay gelding at a Teacher's Pride. For owner breeder Frank Weaver. James Stormont, the trainer driver, and James gets his second victory on the program tonight. Wins 7 at start 10 for this talented square gator. Mum's Pride coming through the grades in pretty good fashion. Barry White down there, part of the victory celebrations for our great sponsors, Auckland Co-op Taxi. 300, 3,000, and don't forget to search the App Store or Google Play with Co-op and get the Auckland Co-op Taxi app to secure your next taxi. 3, KD Hall in for second. Gordon Robertson was also down there, part of the victory celebrations, a steward for the Auckland Trotting Club. KD Hall for second, quite easy, 5-year-old bay gelding out of Cazzle Dazzle. TR Vince and Miss S.L. Wig, the owners. Tim Vince trained at Cumu, Brent Mangos. And 9, Lilua Invasion fighting on bravely for third. Armbro Invasion, 7-year-old bay mare out of Tesley Lure. Raced by K.R. McGrath and Mrs. M.A. Barker. Sean McCaffrey trained at Cambridge, and Scott Phelan did the driving. Totes will see 13, Mum's Pride, $2.10, $1.30, $2.10, $1.30. 3, KD Hall at $2.50, $2.50. 9, Lilua Invasion, $10.60, $10.60. The Quinella returns $9.50, $9.50. Trifecta $297.30, $297.30. And the first 4, $3,483.20, $3,483.20. 5 and 13 in the double at $19.50, $19.50. The concession returns the same on 5 and 3, $19.50. $19.50, and the early quaddie 2, 11, 5, 13, $633.40, $633.40. Drill Force Kids Carts, 400 metre trot. First of 2 for the Kids Carts tonight. Scratching of Rusty. 1, Scooby, Sapphire Forsyth. 2, Dole and Harrison Derby. 3, Jelly Bean, Ashley Dixon. 4, Sparky, Shannon McEwen. 5, Dainty, Amber Michelle. 7...
Bond's done a great job, up over $400,000 now, and I think he'll go another great race here. He does have speed early, so expect to see him in the fight.
Well, I thought they might have a crack early with him, Greg. I think they've got nothing to lose. They can come out and have a look with Stent, and if it's not there, they can still take a spot 1 off the market pegs with him. His run in the Great Southern Star in the final, he wouldn't have won it, but he would have finished an awful lot closer. He was very, very unlucky on the back of a heat win. So he's the best value with extra board. World champion driver at $13 on a Group 1 performer.
And having won best.
Stent on top, best value Shimon.
All right, let's get up to you, Mark Mack. Another Group 1 about to unfold. Fred Shaw, he was a great stalwart of the Canterbury Park Trotting Club and a terrific fella along with Gary Thompson. They operated their lawyer business for many, many years, and as we just see coming through from the bookmakers, $10,000 on Stent. So great to have his name associated with the 48th running of the Trotting Championship.
And he'd be proud of the field they've got too here, Greg. This is a super lineup of trotters. Stent headlines them. Late $10,000 bet. He's 160, option 807, 180 for the tote. The trotters are about to swing the bend.
Get on the gate inside.
The race to race Group 1 double coming up. The Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Championship is going to be delayed slightly. Of course, King Castle's galloping. Whether or not she galloped of her own accord or she was checked, we'll find out. That was the last thing Master Lavros needed. He was galloping in behind her.
Oh, you big guys.
About to get some news through. About to get this news through from the stewards. Greg, got Nigel yelling in my ear, but I don't think he can hear me, so I'll hand it back to you and find out what's going on.
News from you very shortly. King Kasler, well, not ideal for her, less than ideal for Master Lavros, and a couple of others like Prime Power getting right up on the nickel.
I tell you what it did show me was Cloverdon was right on the back of Stent coming through from the second row. Have a look at the galloping King Castor and the score up here, and you can see she gallops back onto Master Lavros, who reacts immediately, and he's off stride. Stent was coming out, he was pulling for Colin, and Cloverdon was following straight through, so I think the gate speed will definitely be there from Stent. Prime Power is right on the gate as well, so be interesting inside the first 400 metres.
All right, so John Dunn with the decision here. Does he remain in position, or does that mean that Stent comes one closer? Of course, he gets one more opportunity. If the same thing occurred, then he will be a late scratching, or she will be rather. But he does have the option. It's not like her. She doesn't tend to do that in her races from behind the mobile gate. Not that I can think of anyway. So, yeah, decision time. But no decision really needed to be made there by the starter. He had no choice.
It happened at least 100 metres out from the starting spot, so the red light, it came on pretty quickly, and I would be surprised if they go to the outside, Greg. I think she's got to use the draw. That was the place to be, and just hope that she does it right the second time.
All right, these runners are getting back around to the assembly point for the Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand